hurting with my head in a vice. Tuesday, I'll be wondering if I'll ever survive. Wednesday and a Thursday, I'll be slowly tuning in. Friday, I'll be revving up my motor again. Finally, Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good times flow. Finally, Friday, I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll.
That's right. It's finally Friday, November the 7th, 6:24 here at the K-Best Studios, 49 degrees outside. Gooney here with you, getting you up and on your way this morning. We got Miss Heather in the house.
Hey, you guys.
It's finally Friday, Heather. It's here.
I'm so excited.
I love it.
I'm ready for the weekend.
Oh, it makes this day of work pointless. That's what that does on Friday.
Exactly.
Man, the weekend starts early around here. Woo! I'm excited. Got a lot of action going on this Friday.
We got football this Friday.
We do. Speaking of football, I'm going to go ahead and mention this one time because it was Thursday night football, so we got to talk about it. Browns won last night 24-3. Andy Dalton looked horrible. Oh, he played. They took him out and put Jason Campbell in at the end of the game. That's how bad he played.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Jason not good enough to back up two rookies, Campbell, on the Redskins. Like that's who we got as a backup. Oh,
that's
man.
the funniest name I've ever heard. Honestly, that's cool. That is
it was terrible. They looked terrible last night, and I'm not feeling well. I guess the weather, and I don't know, but I'm not feeling well. So I took some medicine when I got home yesterday. So I was in and out of the game all night long. But it's like every time I woke up, I just begged to go back to sleep to my nightmare that I was dreaming over here.
It's had to be a lot better than that.
Yeah, I was being chased by clowns and stuff every time I passed out because I was taking NyQuil and stuff. Every time I'd wake up, the Bengals had let the Browns score another touchdown. I'm like, bring on the clowns.
Yeah.
I want the clowns back.
Oh, that is awesome. That is really cool.
No, it's not. It was terrible. It was so terrible. I can't believe it. And the bad part about it is it puts the Bengals in third place in the AFC North. Yeah. And they're terrible this year. The Browns are, I guess, best team there. Like the Steelers are in first place, and the Browns are, I think the Browns are tied with them for first place. That puts us in third.
Is Johnny Manziel even starting?
No, he's not even playing.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a backup over there. They have a quarterback that he's been around since 2000. I want to say 2008, maybe.
Yeah.
Let me think of what it is. I'll find his name here in just a second, and I'm sorry that I'm not getting. I think it's Hoyer is who he is.
Yeah,
but he's been on several different teams as backup, and he is 9-3 as a Brown starter. In all the games that he's played 12 games, won 9 of them.
Not too bad.
So that's why he started. Brian Hoyer, I believe, is his name. Cool. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, there we go. Brian Hoyer. Yeah, he was 15 of 23, 198 yards. No touchdowns, but, I mean, it got the offense rolling for the Browns.
Yeah.
They scored some touchdowns on the ground. Check this out, though. This is how just absolutely terrible Andy Dalton was. 10 for 33, 86 yards passing.
Oh, that hurts me.
Yeah,
Ooh.
And it doesn't show where I'm looking right now. It's not showing how many interceptions he had, but he had, I think, 3 interceptions in that game.
Wow.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't all his fault. The offensive line didn't do a great job either. I mean, they were kind of playing terrible all night long because Jeremy Hill, one of the best running backs in the league right now from LSU, he only had 55 yards on the night, and he's averaging like almost 100 yards a game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's up there with DeMarco Murray status as a rookie.
That ain't bad, though, but still.
The line just wasn't blocking. So I'm done. There we go. I'm off my soapbox. I was just... Man, I can't believe we lost to the Browns.
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry, guys. I know you're not all Bengals fans out there, but hopefully I just made you laugh a little bit. Because remember, if you're not sorry, way too early. What am I thinking?
We're not even out of the first
What am
segment
I
yet.
thinking? Jeez.
Get it together, Gooney.
Hope you got signed up for Sonic Kick for Cash. We're going to be drawing in the 7 o'clock hour around 7:50ish.
Yes, we are.
We'll be drawing for 2 names. We got a Sonic Kick for Cash out in Kahoma. $300 up for grabs out there.
Get it.
And then $100 at the Big Spring game tonight. Of course, Big Spring hosting Brownwood for their final home game of the season.
Yep.
District season coming to a close. Playoffs get to start.
I'm excited about playoffs.
And, you know, I was talking with Coach Ritchie a little bit, and he was kind of explaining how things can go as far as the playoffs and the seedings and all that. And basically, I'm just going to get him to explain it again at the Pigskin Prediction Show. That's what we're going to have to do because, I mean, there's a lot that can go into it. I mean, if Big Spring – if they win tonight and Stephenville beats Abilene Wiley tonight, and then Big Spring will share the district championship. So they'll be district champions for the first time since, I think it's 1989.
1987.
87? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. So, I mean, that would be really, really cool. But we almost kind of want Abilene Wiley to beat Stephenville. Although we won't be the district champions, it gives us a better seeding.
Yeah.
Which is weird because Stephenville wins, then Big Spring ends up getting the 3rd seed in the district.
But if Abilene Wiley
wins, we're automatically 2nd place because Stephenville goes to 3rd place because they lost to both of us.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's a tough situation right there because you want to be part of a district championship because it's been so long.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's right there in your grasp. Unfortunately, it's not up to us. I mean, of course, we have to win tonight against Brownwood, but
yeah.
But it's up to Abilene and Stephenville. However, whatever the outcome of that game is determines if we're district championships or just 2nd place.
We'll see.
But 2nd place, putting us in that seeding would give us a easier game in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
If we get the 3rd place seeding, there's a good chance that we could draw Graham again early on. And I really don't want to do that right now if we don't have to. We've already played them once.
Just can't find my way around that.
Yeah, so exciting stuff. I mean, we'll definitely keep a close eye on the Stephenville and Abilene Wiley game tonight throughout the game. Be listening in on KBS 95.7 for the Big Spring game. Jamie Scott, he'll be back tonight with Tim Walsh up in the booth, and we'll have Corey Wood out there on the field. I'll be down there with the Parks Agency Steer Nation updates.
Nice.
That's a lot of fun on our Facebook page. Get you the video highlights of the game and everything, also the scoring updates. But tune in to the broadcast. Those guys we'll keep them up to date with the Stephenville and the Abilene Wiley game to kind of let you know what's going on throughout the game there.
Because I know I'm going to stay up to date on that. I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be
a cool outcome.
That's the thing. I'm kind of on the fence. I really want that district championship for the Steers, but at the same time,
you want a better seeding.
Kind of want that 2nd place seeding.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives us in my opinion, I think it gives us a better playoff road. Yeah. You know what I mean? It gives us a better road throughout the playoffs. And
I know exactly what you mean.
That's what I'm excited about. We got another, playoff hopeful team in the area, the Kahoma Bulldogs.
Yep.
They're going to be in the playoffs as well. Taking on another big rival tonight, the Colorado City Wolves. C-City's going to make the trip down I-20 to Kahoma tonight.
Battle of I-20.
And you can catch that game on the mighty 1490 KBST AM, the station, your top dog station for Kahoma football. Josh Caudell and Adrian Abrego will be bringing you that game tonight. That's going to be an exciting one there too, because both of these teams whoever wins out of this game tonight becomes the 3rd seed in their district.
Yeah.
The loser is number 4. So, I mean, it could go either way.
It's weird how that works.
That has a lot to do with who they're playing in the playoff because, of course, the number 4 seeding in your district is going to play the best seeding, the number 1 seed from another district.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you want to be up as high as you possibly can. So, Kahoma, I mean, they need a big win tonight.
They'll get it.
Yeah.
They always do.
Oh, and they're at home. That crowd's going to show up at senior night. You know what I mean?
Oh, most definitely. That is cool.
And we got the Sonic Kick for Cash going on for $300.
$300.
It's going to be a huge event right there.
Make sure y'all register.
Unfortunately, Forsan, this was their bye week whenever they drew up their schedule, and things didn't work out for them the past couple weeks, lost a couple district games, and unfortunately missed out on the playoffs this year. I do want to give a shout out though to Coach Phillips, the entire coaching staff out there, all the guys on the team, the trainers. I mean, everybody that's involved with Forsan football, from the players to the cheerleaders and band to the fans that go out to and travel to all these games. I'm a Forsan alum, and they really made me proud to be a Buffalo this year. by the way that they played. That's probably one of the best defenses I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely have a lot to be proud of this season. Unfortunately, not making the playoffs, but I mean, just a great defensive team.
Yeah.
But shout out to those guys on a great season. I know Ian Park, sophomore out there, he's still got a couple of years to go, and therefore the first half of the season he was neck and neck with the leaders of the nation in sacks.
Yeah.
Which is huge from a small 1A school like that. I mean, that's big time.
He did amazing. Just wait till next year.
Yeah, and then the year after that, I mean, it's going to get better and better. That's all's going to happen.
Better and better.
Excuse me. Stanton, they're taking on a tough Post team tonight. Post has really, really come along throughout district play, and that's who Stanton is going up against. They're going to make the trip out there, too. They're going to be on the road. So I want to wish Mark Richardson and Josh Paredes, your voices of Stanton Buffalo football, safe trip tonight.
Yep.
As they get on the road and head on down to Post. Of course, you can hear that game on the station the Buffaloes roam, 94.3, The Fuse. 7:15 pregame, 7:30. Yeah, I like that. 7:30 kickoff. Got a lot of action going on. Of course, follow our Facebook, too. We do a pretty good job of keeping up with scores, especially at the end of the night. You're going to want to tune in to the Friday Night Roundup, which are also going on Calvary Calendar.
Yep.
Do a fantastic job rounding up all of the scores from the weekend. They give you all the 6-man scores from our area. Talk with some broadcasters, talk with the coaches. It's a good show.
I like it.
It's a really good show.
I normally always listen to it.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Yep.
And the big shout out and thanks to the coaches, too, for calling in and talking with us.
Yeah, especially that late.
Yeah. Because a lot of them, I mean, they don't always win, and that's tough to do, to call in and talk about a loss. I mean, because you're not happy when you lose.
You don't want to talk about losing. You want to talk about winning.
But they do a fantastic job of calling in and talking about their kiddos and their school and show their pride really well. Also, we got a big game coming up on Saturday for Big Spring, too. The Lady Steers volleyball team.
Yep.
Going to be there in the area round of the playoffs.
Let's go, ladies.
Got their area playoff game against Fort Stockton on Saturday, 5 o'clock over at Odessa Permian. Get on over there, Steer Nation. You can tune in. If you can't make it to Odessa, tune in to the mighty 1490 KBST AM. Chad Wash and myself will be bringing you that action.
So, like with playoff games, do they just do them like in neutral towns?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Just checking.
Yeah, they do. Fort Stockton was playing Fabens, and had Fabens won, we might have been traveling to Alpine.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a long drive.
And it could have even been yesterday. Like, we could have been traveling to Alpine yesterday for that game against Fabens. That would have been a tough one. So,
wow,
way to go, Fort Stockton, on beating them out. That's all I have to say about that.
Good job. Good job.
Now it's time for the Lady Steers to go take down Fort Stockton. It's going to be an exciting matchup Saturday. Like I said, tune in to Mighty 1490 KBST AM. Chad Walsh does a fantastic job calling those volleyball games. I hear stuff from so many people around the community talking about how Chad Wash knows volleyball.
Yeah.
Like, how does that guy know? I mean, this is coming from like our football broadcasters.
Yeah.
Tim Walsh is like, man, that guy's insane.
Like, I'm a girl and I played volleyball for a little while.
Right.
I don't know the first thing about it. I tried to
He's
understand.
incredible. He's absolutely incredible. He knows all the terminology and he's quick with it. I mean, that's a very upbeat, fast sport. And you don't miss action when you tune in and listen to when he's calling the game. Yeah, I mean, you don't miss it. He gets it all in there for you.
It's good stuff. It's nice to hear him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does a fantastic job. So be sure to tune into that.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Hey, we're going to take a real quick break. You want to?
Yeah.
Be sure to tune in to our YouTube video. We got the live stream going. Just go to kbestmedia.com. That's the easiest way to find it. kbestmedia.com. You can even do this on your phone. There's a little YouTube button up on the top of our page, top right-hand side of the page. It's a little button, YouTube logo. Click on that. It'll take you straight to our YouTube account. And then you can just find the live video that's streaming right now. Check us out.
Right, yeah.
We'll be right back with more Gooney in the Morning here on KBST AM and FM. It's Friday, everybody. Let's get going.
I'm Adrian Calvio, and today I'm in my office finding the most suitable insurance for my growing list of customers. I'm a State Farm agent and handle home, car, and life policies as well as financial instruments. Speaking of instruments, I do play one, a guitar. You want to hear some? It's one of my favorite tunes. Anyway, come see me. We'll talk insurance and maybe I'll play something for you. I handle disability and long-term care insurance too. All kinds of insurance to give you peace of mind. My office is at 801 East FM 700. I got to get back to work.
This is Tumbleweed Smith. My program, The Sound of Texas, covers things that make Texas what it is. People, stories, songs, folklore, history, characters, small towns, unique events, and legends. I love doing the program. I've never thought of it as work. It's pure fun for me. I'm glad to be on KBST in Big Spring. Listen weekdays right after the 8 o'clock morning news. Sponsored by Churchwell Insurance and Choate Well Service.
Hi, I'm Casey Welch Baker. Do you know how much a funeral costs? If you're like most people, you don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. And if you're like most people, you like to pay the least and get the most. That's where we at Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home and Crematory can help. We offer the best for less. My dad, Tommy Welch, is all about saving families money, and we are all about giving them the very best service. Nally Pickle and Welch, serving the West Texas area for over 80 years.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Clark, the new director for Nazarene Christian Academy, and we offer kindergarten through second grade. We love being able to pray and learn Bible stories with our students. We also have small classes, so that means more one-on-one time with each student. If you have any questions, please contact Alyssa Clark at 432-263-0203, or you can go by New Hope Christian School, where Nazarene Christian Academy is also located. We can't wait to hear from you.
Choate Well Service has lots of equipment for your water well needs. We drill water wells that are always cased and gravel packed to keep the well from caving and sanding in. Choate Well Service drills and finishes a well to state specifications for oil well sites and domestic applications. For your water well needs, call us. Choate Well Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business.
Someone said those who deserve love the least need it the most. Good morning. This is Reverend Carol Cole. I'm a member of Alive in Christ Lutheran Church, and it is my privilege this morning to spend this time with you as we look up and live. I'm told that when Mrs. Booth, now that's her husband, founded the Salvation Army, when she was only a girl, she was running down the road one day with her hoop and stick, as so many girls did in those days, when she saw a prisoner being dragged by a constable to the city jail. A mob had gathered to yell at the culprit, who walked with his head hung low, the picture of guilt and shame. His image of utter loneliness tugged at her heart. It seemed to her that he didn't have a friend in the entire world. She quickly sprang to his side and marched, head held high and a smile on her face, all the way to the jailhouse. She walked with him. She was determined to let him know that, guilty or not, there was at least one person in the world who felt compassion for him. You know, too often we're willing to let a guilty party take the full blunt of their punishment or wallow in their misery without even offering a word of comfort or consolation or encouragement. The issue may not be crime. It may be such things as divorce or estrangement. But the best way to restore a person to a relationship with both God and the offended party, however, is not to let the person remain alone to become fearful and bitter, but rather to reach out in love and provide support. This does not mean that you condone the action. It does mean that you refuse to condemn the person. The Bible says in Matthew 5, "But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which especially despitefully use you and persecute you." Or as I said when I began this morning, those who deserve love the least need it the most. Think about it today. This has been Reverend Carol Cole for Look Up and Live.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Wait, we're talking about Gooney here. Well, at least he's funny. Sort of.
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning here on KBST AM and FM. It's finally Friday, everybody. November the 7th, 6:44 here at the KBS Studios. 48 degrees outside. Gooney here with you, getting you up and on your way this morning. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Who are we giving shout outs to today? It's Friday.
Steer Nation.
Steer Nation on Friday. That's right. Hey, later on we'll have our Steer Minute with George Bancroft.
Yes.
He'll be in here about 7:30ish, somewhere in there.
Yep.
Also, I want to remind everybody, go ahead and start getting your birthdays and anniversaries in now on our Facebook page, facebook.com/KBest957. You got to check out the picture that's on there. I put a cool pic. Check it out, Heather. Look.
Let me see.
See? Yep. Let's do this.
He's wearing sunglasses.
He is.
That's
he is.
cute.
Go figure out who he is at facebook.com/KBest957. Or you can just search KBest95.7. Be sure to like the page while you're there. If you haven't already liked it, I mean, where you been? We got 6,900 likes.
Whoa!
Join the club, everybody. Go like our page.
7,000.
We get some good updates and keep you up to date with what's going on.
Very much.
But there's only certain things that you can catch here on Gooney in the Morning, like our 5 random facts of the day for Friday.
And they have nothing to do with Friday.
Probably not. Let's check it out right quick.
Number 5.
The top Christmas toys this year have more computer power than the Apollo 11 mission to the moon.
Oh, wow.
I can believe that.
That's a cool fact.
Spoiled little kids. Number 4, there's no expiration date on honey. It's the only food that can actually last forever.
Yep.
Yeah. As a diabetic, that's something that we try to keep in my house at all times, just in case.
That's a great idea.
Honey's a great way to raise your blood sugar real quickly. And it, like I said, it doesn't get old. You just keep it up in the cupboard. It's easy to get to. Bam. Just say, Plus, it's a really tasty treat.
Number 3.
Number 3, within 2.5 years of a Walmart being built, the houses within a mile of the store go up in value from 1% to 3%.
Wow.
Within 2.5 years of that Walmart being built.
Well, I don't live by Walmart.
I don't own a house.
Number 2.
There are more nuns in the U.S. who are over 90 years old than there are under 60 years old. 11% of American nuns are 90 years old and older. 9% are 59 and under.
Because it's an older tradition.
It seems like the majority is between 60 and 90.
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If 11%'s over 90, 9% under.
That's a great observation.
We're missing out on 80% here, folks.
Where's it at?
So why didn't they say 80% of nuns are between the ages of 60 and 90?
There you go.
There's your random fact.
Number 1.
Only one NFL quarterback has ever thrown a touchdown pass to himself. That's right. Brad Johnson from the Minnesota Vikings threw a pass in 1997. A player on the Carolina Panthers deflected it. Johnson caught it and ran it in for a touchdown.
Woo!
Those are your random facts for Football Friday.
Some pretty good facts.
They were interesting enough, I think.
Very much.
Hey, give us a call, 263-KBST, 263-5278. If you support one of these local football teams around here and you just want to give them a shout-out or anything like that, I want to hear from you. We want to hear what you got to say.
We want to hear your shout-outs, guys.
Wish these young men good luck in their games tonight. I know there's a huge Steer Nation audience out there that listens in. A lot of folks out from Coahoma that support the Bulldogs. We got Stanton listeners that support the Buffs every Friday night. And even the Force End listeners. If you want to call in and just give a shout-out for this great season that they had and you know, tell them congratulations on all the great defensive things they did and the big wins that they had early on in the season, give us a call, 263-KBST, 263-5278. We'd love to hear from you. And I know that those kids really would love to hear stuff like that before they head off to school.
And they listen.
Yeah, that's
Hey, listen.
That's the thing. I think our biggest fan base out there are these high school kiddos.
Yes.
I mean, we go to those pep rallies on Fridays, and it is insane. Which, speaking of that, today's pep rally was there's not a pep rally today for the Steers.
Tuesday, right?
They moved that to Tuesday. What they're going to do is they're going to just involve their senior pep rally with like a big playoff pep rally on Tuesday.
It's going to be a huge pep rally.
Yeah, because they got the Lady Steers playoff games going on, and of course, Big Spring football team in the playoffs. So yeah, they're just going to have one big giant pep rally, and it's been changed. I believe the new time is 10:50 for Tuesday's pep rally. So
wow,
just want to get that out there. But yeah, 263 KBST 263-5278. If you have a shout out for one of the kids on the team, like I said, they'd love to hear that early in this morning. I'm going to do one right now. I'll give a shout out to one of the players over there in Stanton.
Yeah.
He's one of the standout offensive players over there, a great athlete for the Stanton Buffaloes, and he's really led that team all season long. Unfortunately, he got injured last couple weeks, and he's not going to be able to play to finish out the season tonight.
Oh man!
And it's their starting quarterback over there, KJ Glaspie. And of course, I follow Big Spring because those are the games that I mainly go to on Friday nights. But I talk with Mark and Josh regularly out there. I got to go out to the Stanton pep rally last Friday.
Yep.
I've been to, I guess, about 3 games for the Buffaloes this year, and I've got to watch KJ a few times, and he's the real deal out there in Stanton. That kid is a great quarterback. He has a great arm.
Yeah.
And, they throw the ball quite a bit, and he is very, very accurate, and a great athlete, and just a great leader for that team. So keep your head up, KJ. You had a great season out there in Stanton. I know that it's not what you're wanting out of the season, but, you had nothing to hang your head about.
Yeah.
And that's tough, going in there your last year to play football and getting hurt there at the end of the season. So I know
exactly.
the same thing happened with me. I dislocated my kneecap early in the season, my senior year.
Wow.
I also had a pretty torn up pancreas, but that's another story.
Besides the point.
I wore like one of those big quarterback flak jacket type things over my stomach. That's how I played football.
Well,
from the sideline. That's Gooney was a backup. Yeah, why
did you need a pad?
What's fun? Hey, you never know. I was ready.
Get in there, boy.
No, I started whenever I first started playing. I was a starting tight end because I wasn't fast. I was a big boy. I was 280 pounds my senior year. I was huge, so I wasn't fast at all. I was not fast. Had no speed on me, but I had hands. Like I could catch anything thrown in my area. And then I was so big, it usually take them a couple of yards to bring me down. So I was always good for those real short passes if we needed a quick first down.
Yeah.
But that was it. I could block. And that was mainly what my job was. But I hurt my kneecap. And of course, that took me out for, I think, 8 weeks of the season out of a 10-week season, 11-week season in high school football. And what's funny is the guy that replaced me came in as my backup. He was at the time, he was a freshman. And he was, 6'2", way more athletic than I was. I was all for the team. So I was, I don't mind you going out there and playing because you're fast, you can run routes, and you can catch long balls. Just throw me in when you need a good block, coach. I'll just lay down. Like that's my job. But what's funny is that that's Mr. Jonathan Wright. That's my brother-in-law now. He married my sister, which is pretty cool. He was my backup my freshman year. Came in and took over, and he had a great high school career in football too. He was a good athlete.
Yeah.
He was a very good athlete.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
What?
We got soccer tournaments this weekend.
Soccer season.
Big Spring Youth Soccer Association finishing up. We had our final practice yesterday, and it was chilly outside. Our head coach Josh Caudell, the voice of the Coloma Bulldogs, him and I coached our team together. His daughter's on the team, Kellen's on the team, and we had 3 kids show up last night because Josh is out of town doing some stuff for work this week, and I know one of our kids, one of our best players too. He's one of the standout kids on our team. He's actually out of town, so he's going to miss the whole tournament this weekend. And then it was just chilly outside, and it was still a little muddy. So I guess a lot of parents just didn't know if we were having practice. Probably assumed that we didn't. But I'm hardcore. You know what I mean? I'm one of those hardcore coaches.
Practice.
I'm like, hey, we have a tournament Saturday, and unless y'all want to lose, we're going to practice. So I got out there with 3 kids, and we practiced for an hour.
I'm going to get you a blue tiger stripe jumpsuit.
Will you please? That's the name of our team. We are the Tigers.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of kicking and screaming.
Oh, I know. That's how I act. I mean, without the coffee, I don't have to have the whatever it was, the cappuccino or whatever he drank.
Whatever it was.
Espresso, whatever it was. I don't have to have that, but I'm a fool on that side.
So uptight.
I'm telling you, we're going to practice. But they had fun. I mean, honestly, that was probably the most productive practice we've had all season with just those 3 kids.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was able to actually run some plays, and that's impossible to do with 5-year-old kids. With 5-year-old soccer, you pretty much tell them all, go kick the ball. And that's what they do. They chase the ball, kick the ball.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was actually out there running, you know, how you kick off to start play. I was running kickoff plays with these kids.
Nice.
And I was like, you 3 are going to be my 3 that whenever we're going to get you all on the field at the same time, that's what we're going to do. So
we'll see.
We'll see if it works. It's totally different in a gameplay situation, but
because you got high stress.
Yeah.
You don't know what's
and they don't care once that game starts. Once that whistle blows, they don't hear anything that comes off that sideline.
No.
I've already realized that.
They're playing a game. Leave them alone.
So that's why I just go around to the back of the goalie and just scream as loud as I can from there. I want to get one of those big megaphones too.
Just scream at these little kids.
They might hear me then.
Hey!
Hey! Go!
Kick
Go
it!
kick that ball. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
It's fun. I really enjoy it. And I had a long talk with Kellen yesterday because he had a great practice until the end. And then he kind of started, you know, messing around a little bit, which I understand that 5- and 6-year-old kids are going to do. But, you know, Kellen, he really wants to be one of the best athletes. I mean, you can tell he has a passion for sports and wants to be the best.
Yeah.
But I kind of had to explain to him. I was like, look, man, I know you want to be the best. I said, but, you know, your daddy always said he wanted to be the best. And then when it came time to practice, I would jack around and I wouldn't put everything I had into practice.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to play like you practice. And if you don't put everything you have into practice, you're never going to be the best. It doesn't work that way. Nothing's going to be handed to you. You have to work for that. And he understood. So it was really, really cool. It was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Hey, be sure to get your birthdays and anniversaries in our Facebook page. Just search KBS 95.7. We got TSN coming up right here on KBST, AM and FM.
North Texas will be completely Ebola-free by the end of the day. The final group of people being monitored in connection with 3 recently diagnosed cases are set to be cleared. Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins says he's proud of the way the crisis was handled and praised the investigators.
These are people, but that by and large are relatively young and fresh out of school. And we're working 20-hour days.
And a total of 177 people have been closely monitored since September 30th. The president says he's vowing to push through immigration reform with or without help from the soon-to-be Republican-controlled Senate and House.
Carlos Duarte, Texas State Director for Mi Familia Vota, says if nothing happens, Republicans may find themselves in the minority with another Democratic president in 2016. He says the Congress would be wise to address the problem.
Even though they are going to feel tempted to just do border security and maybe grant some H-1 visas for professionals. The main issue are the people that are already living here and that need to get a path to citizenship.
He says the priority should not be stopping workers coming over here illegally. It should be instead geared towards stopping organized crime. Barbara Schwartz, TSN News.
The recent drop in gas prices has been historic, according to Greg Lukoski with GasBuddy.com.
It's been absolutely remarkable. I mean, we see the national average down by 32 cents a gallon just in the past month. In Texas, we're down by 37 cents a gallon from where we were a month ago.
One station in Spring was selling gas for $2.27 yesterday. Despite a decline in the number of uninsured children in Texas in recent years, nearly 1 million still don't have health coverage. Dr. Laura Guerrera-Cardis with the Children's Defense Fund of Texas says there's one approach that might help.
Other states that expanded health care coverage to low-income adults, many of them parents, are seeing much greater gains in healthcare coverage for children than Texas has seen.
And Texas has the second highest rate of uninsured children in the country, second only to Nevada. The city council in San Antonio has okayed a ban on using a handheld cell phone while driving. The ordinance will take effect on January 1st and prohibits drivers from using a handheld phone to make a call, check text messages, or for any other reason while driving, except to call 911 911 in an emergency. The San Antonio rule will allow use of hands-free devices. Violators will face a $200 fine. The police chief in San Antonio, Bill McManus, said distracted driving was behind more than 90,000 crashes statewide last year. This is TSN News.
WorkSafe Texas is a community devoted to safety. Texas Mutual built it for people like Joe and Annie Benson, owners of a successful trucking company. How do their employees feel about safety? They like it a lot. Annie told us they also like something else.
They like winning.
Winning? Turns out we'd arrived on the same day the shop received its dividend check. You see, Texas Mutual Insurance Company rewards workplaces that stay safe on the job, something the crew here took on as a personal challenge. And this year, they didn't just win, they won big. That, my friends, is the sound of victory. Because if we've learned one thing from paying $1.6 billion in dividends to safe Texas businesses, it's this. When Texans work safe, everybody wins. For more on how your company can work safe and earn dividends, visit WorksafeTexas.com. Dividends are not guaranteed and must be approved by the Texas Department of Insurance.
In about 30 minutes, the Labor Department releases October employment data, and the consensus is positive. Economists surveyed by FactSet predict 230,000 jobs were added and that the unemployment rate will hold steady at 5.9%, which is a 6-year low. A White House meeting today is being closely watched, with control of Congress about to shift to the Republicans as of January. 3 days after the midterms, the president is inviting 16 top-ranking lawmakers from both parties to search for territory ripe for compromise on a host of unfinished business before the Congress. And the European Policing Agency says it made 17 arrests in raids coordinated with the United States and aimed at underground websites which are selling illegal drugs. I'm Mitch Carr on the Texas State Radio Network. This is TSN.
With news every hour, this is KDST AM and FM, Big Spring.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Joan Bennett. Another strong month of job gains expected when the Labor Department releases the October employment figures this hour. ABC's Jim Ryan.
A potential trouble spot is energy. The recent drop in oil prices has been great for consumers, but could signal a decrease in hiring at gas and oil companies and businesses that rely on them. But so far, says hiring specialist Mo Harrison,
there's not been any slowdown from what we've seen in them hiring for full-time positions. We continue to see very strong demand within the energy sector.
Most analysts agree that a crude oil price of $80 per barrel would be a breaking point for business expansion and hiring in energy. Some believe the price has now bottomed out. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Honda is adding hundreds of thousands of vehicles to its recall over airbags that can explode and injure passengers. The Japanese supplier of the airbags, Takata, is now being accused of hiding the risks for a decade. An Army National Guard helicopter crashed 2 miles south of the Boise airport last night, killing 2 pilots. Guard spokesman Tim Marsano.
An Idaho Army National Guard Apache helicopter with 2 crew members aboard crashed while on a training mission. We don't know the reasons why. We can't speculate at this point.
A federal appeals court in Cincinnati has upheld gay marriage bans in 4 states. Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, and Tennessee. ABC News legal analyst Royal Oakes.
For supporters of gay marriage, this could be a good news, bad news scenario. This Circuit Court of Appeals ruling bucks the pro-same-sex marriage trend of the last year, but it also may boost the chance that the U.S. Supreme Court will finally agree to tackle the bottom-line question of whether same-sex marriage is a constitutional right.
Texas health officials say the last of 177 people known to have been in contact with a Liberian Ebola patient or 2 nurses who were infected while treating him have now ended 3 weeks of monitoring. This is ABC News.
We were rolling down this road in
Anbar Province.
All of a sudden
There's a huge explosion.
We knew right away.
It was an IED.
Then we started taking
Sniper fire and RPGs from the hills.
Today's servicewomen face the same combat dangers as men.
It's pretty amazing.
We made it out alive.
But at home, women veterans face different challenges. DAV understands this and fights to get women veterans the health, disability, and financial benefits they were promised. Visit DAV.org for free help.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MY-TV. That's 877-319-MY-TV.
Cincinnati Bengals fans battle tears as one of the team's littlest supporters watches from the stands for the first time. ABC's Daniela Bellotta.
Leah Still couldn't wait to watch her daddy, Bengals defensive tackle Devin Still, play.
What you gonna say? You gonna say who they? Let them hear you.
Thanks to 700 WLW, here's the moment the Jumbotron landed on the 4-year-old battling stage 4 cancer.
Paul Brown Stadium is 15 years old, and right now we are witnessing perhaps the most emotionally stirring moment in this stadium's history.
After the first quarter, Leah was brought on the field, and in her honor, the Cincinnati Children's Medical Hospital was presented with a check for more than $1.2 million, raised solely from the sale of her daddy's number 75 jersey. Daniela Bellotta, ABC News.
The NFL has told Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson that it will review his no contest plea to a misdemeanor assault charge in the spanking of his 4-year-old son. Peterson is on paid leave from the Vikings. Joan Bennett, ABC News.
The Big Green Egg, the most versatile cooking device ever. Is it a grill? Is it an oven? Or a smoker? The answer is yes. You can sear steaks, chops, and fish with a flavor-packed crust unmatched by other grills. High-temperature steakhouse grilling, even at 750 degrees, is quick and easy. The Big Green Egg bakes bread, pizza, cookies, cakes better and quicker than your kitchen oven. You may never bake indoors again. Meals are more memorable when you roast a turkey or ham on a Big Green Egg. The moisture retention produces the most flavorful meat you have ever tasted. The construction of the egg allows for extreme flexibility at low heat or when used as a smoker. The egg gives the best results with turkey, ham, brisket, chicken, or ribs. Want a slow cook at low heat for 14 to 16 hours? No problem. Convenience is the name of the game. So stop in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Clark, the new director for Nazarene Christian Academy, and we offer kindergarten through 2nd grade. We love being able to pray and learn Bible stories with our students. We also have small classes, so that means more one-on-one time with each student. If you have any questions, please contact Alyssa Clark at 432-263-0203, or you can go by New Hope Christian School, where Nazarene Christian Academy is also located. We can't wait to hear from you.
It's never too late to enroll at New Hope Christian School for newborns through 12. New Hope offers a Becca curriculum with loving Christian teachers, after-school care, and transportation available for most area schools. Hot, nutritious breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack provided. Stop by 118 Cedar Road or go to newhopebigspring.com. That's www.newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference New Hope can make in your child's future.
Woods Boots are the best. Woods Boots has been owned and operated for 4 generations by the same West Texas family for 49 years. We're celebrating our anniversary, and you are getting all the savings. A large group of ladies' corral boots are $49 off. A large group of men's long sleeve and all short sleeve shirts are 49% off. A large group of men's boots from Ariat, Justin, and Tony Lama are only $129.99, and all straw hats are 49% off. So come celebrate our 49 years in business. Woods Boots, the original since 1965, Eastside 20 in Colorado City.
Man, these boneless wings are great.
I know. I finally found a wingman.
You're going to use your wings as your wingman?
Yeah, they make me irresistible to the ladies.
Oh, yeah, they give you that certain je ne sais quoi?
Je ne sais what?
No, I said je ne sais quoi. It means I don't know what.
Well, you should really find out. You shouldn't talk about things you don't know about, Peter. That's ignorant.
Be a wingman with the all-new white meat boneless chicken wings. This is how you Sonic. For limited time, only participating Sonic drive-ins. Call Star Sonic for specials. Not all carriers covered. Message and data rates apply.
My name is Phil, and this is my Elan road trip. Fina is now Elan. My crew and I are traveling to each store, bringing a new name, new signs, and a new attitude. Follow me at myelan.com. Enter to win free gas and prizes. Play our Facebook games. Apply for an Elan credit card at myelan.com. Myelan.com. Enter to win free gas and prizes. Play our Facebook games. Apply for an Elan credit card at myelan.com. Myelan.com. And I'll see you along the way.
Okay, everyone, here it is. If I can't beat any deal on a new Ford, I will just give it to you. I've been trying to convince everyone to just give us a shot. Shop right here in Big Spring at Big Spring Ford. And still people are spending more money to buy somewhere else. So let me repeat that. If Big Spring Ford can't beat any written deal on a new Ford, I will just give it to you. That's right. It is time for everyone to buy all of their Fords right here in Big Spring at Big Spring Ford. We have every financing option available so we can get you financed. We have great people who will take care of you. A service department that will do everything they can to fix your vehicle right the first time and get it back to you as soon as possible. We want to earn your business and keep all of that tax money right here to help the people of Big Spring. So come see us at Big Spring Ford. And remember, if we can't beat any deal on a new Ford, we will just give it to you.
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Kayla Kay with your K-Best Radio Group News for Friday, November 7th, 2014. KBSD News Time is 7:08 a.m. and it's currently 48 degrees outside. I bet you wonder why I'm laughing. Sorry, guys. I just, Gooney let out a big old cough before he left the room here today. Anyways, like I said, KBST News Time is 7:09 a.m. And this Christmas, when you're buying gifts for your loved ones, why not buy a few more for those in need? Pick an angel on the angel tree this holiday season and make a difference in your community. About 120 families this year are counting on your support because they are part of the Salvation Army's annual Angel Tree program, which gives Christmas gifts for needy children and seniors in this area. The Big Spring Area Chamber of Commerce presented Randy Montgomery as the winner of the first bale of cotton in Howard County yesterday morning. KBST News spoke with Debbie Valverde from the chamber about the presentation.
We are awarding the winner of the first bale of cotton for Howard County, and it's Randy Montgomery and his family. And so we just want to congratulate them. And on behalf of our sponsors, which is Lone Star Bank, State National Bank, Wells Fargo, and South Plains Implement, thank you. And we provided a cash prize to the first bale, and also to Brad McKiska and Noel Huff of Big Spring Gin, who let us know that they got the first bale out and who the farmer was.
Congratulations to the Montgomery family for all their hard work. Veterans Day offers America an opportunity to honor veterans for their service and sacrifice on behalf of our community. This year, Big Spring and surrounding communities will host a special community-wide Veterans Day program on November 11th at 11 a.m. This will be in the Dorothy Garrett Coliseum on the campus of Howard College. All veterans are invited and encouraged to attend this program in their honor. Citizens in the community are also invited to join us as we share a moment of celebration, recognition, and dedication to all veterans past, present, and future. This program serves as a solemn reminder of the prize for freedom we enjoy each day. The students from Big Spring, Forsyth, and Coahoma school districts will participate in this year's program. This year's program will recognize all Purple Heart veterans in attendance as well as share the significance of the Purple Heart. Veteran John Fisher will serve as Master of Ceremonies. The Howard County Volunteer Firefighter Honor Guard will again be a part of our program, posting the colors, and local veteran Mike Tarpley will lead the pledge. Mayor McClellan will also present a proclamation honoring all veterans. Immediately following the program, veterans and their families are invited to enjoy lunch in the Dorothy Garrett Coliseum East Room. This nice gesture is made available by local businesses that support veterans and veteran programs. St. Mary's Episcopal Church invites you to their 13th annual St. Andrew's Day service and Scottish Music Festival and reception. St. Mary's asks you to join them for this unique and celebratory event. This is a free event, and there will be several Scottish side dishes and desserts at the reception for you to try. Some of the entertainment will include bagpipes and drums, hymns, and Scottish folk songs. The choral conductor will be Dr. Keith Grauman, and there will be many special guest musicians. This takes place November 16th at 7 p.m. at St. Mary's Episcopal Church at 1001 South Goliad, right here in Big Spring. The United Way of Big Spring in Howard County presents Empty Bowls 8 70 Years of Changing Lives. This event is sponsored by the Big Spring ISD Art Department, Howard College Art Department, and HEB. You are invited to come and enjoy a simple meal prepared by local chefs. You will receive a handcrafted bowl made by local art students and community volunteers. This event is Thursday, November 20th from 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Dora Roberts Community Center, located on 100 Whipkey Drive. Tickets are $20 per person and can be bought at the United Way office at 215 West 3rd Street, or you can call the United Way at 432-267-5201. The Downtown Garden Project is holding a food and clothing drive to help out our community. This is in light of recent devastation to a local family, but will also be used to help the whole community. This will be from 8 a.m. until noon, Saturday, November 6th, at the Downtown Garden Project site at 203 South Runnels Street. The second annual Veterans Day 5K event is to honor those who are serving and those who have served in the U.S. military. The race will start and end at the Big Spring Vietnam Memorial on Veterans Day, which is November 11th. The walk begins at 5 p.m. and the run-jog portion starts at 5:30. The registration fee is $25 and all proceeds benefit the Lone Survivor Foundation. The entry fee includes the race day shirt and a barbecue brisket plate with a drink at the end of the run. Additional plates will be available for $7. And you can register at the GO Group at 1701 Apron Drive. The United Way of Big Spring and Howard County invites you to Dine Out for Dine Out Days. That's a way for you to enjoy some great food while helping to support its 17 member agencies. This week, dine out at the Big Spring Country Club, and a portion of their sales will go to benefit the United Way of Big Spring and Howard County. The Big Spring Country Club is located at 2401 Driver Road. And in some state news, Dallas could be declared Ebola-free by the evening. State and local health officials will release the last Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Dallas worker under quarantine for coming into contact with Ebola-infected material tonight. Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins says Thanksgiving is coming early for Dallas because the Ebola scare is going to end. It started September 30th when Thomas Duncan was admitted to the hospital and diagnosed with the deadly disease. He died October 8th, and 2 nurses contracted the virus from him. Both Nina Pham and Amber Vinson were treated and survived. Almost 200 people were monitored for potential exposure, but no one else got sick. In obituaries, Barbara M. Pavlich, 84, of Big Spring, died Wednesday, November 5th, at her residence. Her services are pending with Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home and Crematory. KBST News Time is 7:16 a.m. We'll be back with a look at your sports and weather right after this.
When personal loss visits a family, we often hear that only time will heal the wounds. Time will, and so will caring concern.
It was good just to feel the care and concern of others.
That really helped us. Nothing can take away the difficult emotions, but our staff will show they care with sensitivity, compassion, and respect.
Myers & Smith Funeral Home and Chapel.
KBST News Time is 7:16, and that portion of your news was brought to you by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. KBST temperature is 47 degrees, but I'll have your full Howard County weather forecast. Up first, KBST Sports Director Gooney with your sports.
Why, thank you, Kayla K. Best. We're going to start off with football action in high school style. Of course, some of the six-man teams got some starts yesterday. Klondike traveled down to Grady and lost 42-33. Highland went over to Ira, and Ira got the big win, 62-14. Sands took on Buena Vista at home. Close game. Buena Vista ended up getting the win, 68-54. 266. We got the Big Spring Steers at home tonight for their final home game of the season and senior night as they host the Brownwood Lions. That game's going to kick off at 7:30, a 7:15 pregame show. And you can catch all the action right here on the best place for steer sports, KBS 95.7 with Jamie Scott, Tim Walsh, and Corey Wood. Also, be sure to follow our Facebook page at facebook.com/KBS957 for those awesome Parks Agency Steer Nation video updates and highlights throughout the game. Other games from around the area, Kahoma is going to be hosting the Colorado City Wolves tonight at 7:30 with the 7:15 pregame show. You can catch all the action with Josh Caudell and Adrian Abrego on the Top Dog Station, the mighty 1490 KBST AM. Stanton, however, is going to be on the road tonight. They're going to travel over to Post to take on the Antelopes for a 7:30 game, 7:15 pregame show. You can catch all that action with Mark Richardson and Josh Paredes on the station the Buffaloes roam, 94.3 The Fuse. Borden County is going to be at home tonight, taking on O'Donnell for a 7:30 matchup. Rankin's going to be hosting Garden City tonight at 7:30. Westbrook's going to be at home as well against the Hermley Cardinals for a 7:30 matchup. Sterling City's going to be on the road against Very Best, taking on the Falcons at 7:30. And we're also going to be keeping up with the big game to see if the Big Spring Steers are going to get a district championship between Abilene, Wiley, and Stephenville. Stephenville wins that game. The Big Spring Steers will share a tri-district championship. Stephenville loses. Big Spring will be seeded number 2 in the district. Moving on to the Lady Steers volleyball team. They've got a big game coming up on Saturday. It's an area round of the playoffs. They're going to be taking on Fort Stockton over at Odessa Permian High School at 5 o'clock this Saturday. And, of course, as always, you can catch all the action with Chad Walsh and myself on the mighty 1490 KBST AM. Again, games at 5. We'll be on the air about 4:45, 4:50 for the pregame show. In the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks lost to the Trailblazers last night in a late game, 108-87. They're going to be at Utah tonight for an 8 o'clock game. The San Antonio Spurs lost to the Rockets 81-89. They're going to be hosting the Pelicans tomorrow at 7:30. And the Houston Rockets, who got that win over San Antonio, are now 6-0, first place in the Southwest Division. Huge for the Rockets right there. They're going to host Golden State tomorrow at 7 o'clock. NFL upcoming games. Houston, of course, on a bye this week. Dallas is going to travel to Jacksonville for a noon game on Sunday. And the Howard College men's basketball team, coming off that huge win yesterday, are going to be home today for another home game at Dorothy Garrett Coliseum. Get on out there for a 7 o'clock game. They're going to be taking on God's Academy. And the women's basketball team got a close loss last night to Glendale over in Odessa, losing 53-40. They'll be playing again today at 4 p.m. over in Odessa against Glenn College. For more information, log on to kbestmedia.com. This is Gooney and the KBest Sports Center. Back to K Weather.
Thanks, Gooney. First, we have a commercial before weather, but KBSC News Time is 7:20. We'll be back with your weather right after this.
You've got commodes, sinks, faucets, bathtubs, food disposals, pipes, hot tubs, swimming pools, water heaters, and they all need fixing on occasion. Who you going to call? Gartman. That's right, Gartman. You usually think of Gartman when you have a problem with heating or cooling, but Gartman does plumbing too. Gartman, when you need a plumber or help with air conditioning and heating. 267-9000.
The forecast you need when you need it. K-Best Weather.
KBSD News Time is 7:20. Now I have your weather. Today's going to be mostly sunny with a high near 67 degrees. It's going to be a light south wind increasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour this morning. Tonight's going to be mostly clear with a low around 46. Winds out of the south 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tomorrow, we're looking at sunny skies with a high near 65. Winds out of the north 15 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Wind gusts could get as high as 30 miles per hour tomorrow. Saturday night's mostly clear with a low around 40. Sunday is going to be sunny with a high near 74, a little breezy. Sunday night's mostly clear with a low around 50. That's going to be one of our last pretty warm days. It's going to get pretty cold next week, so just prepare for that. I'm Kayla Kay with your K-Best Radio Group weather. Stay tuned for Gooney in the Morning. Is going to have your birthdays, sweetheart of the day, and school lunches right after this.
This is Rhonda Turnbow, the newest agent with United Country, heart of the City Realtors in Big Spring. If you've been thinking about buying a home but don't know where to start, let me help you. Give me a call at 432-714-4555, and I can guide you through the home buying process. Or if you have a home to sell, we can help with that too. Just ask for Rhonda at United Country. 432-714-4555.
Reason number 13 for choosing Back in Motion Chiropractic, state-of-the-art therapies.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jody Reed. At Back in Motion Chiropractic, we have many specialized types of treatment, therapeutic modalities, progressive chiropractic rehab, computerized range of motion testing, and state-of-the-art therapies not offered in most clinics. At Back in Motion, our number one goal is you.
Back in Motion Chiropractic, located on the corner of 12th and Scurry in Big Spring. Just call 267-BACK. That's 267-2225.
The calendar may confuse her sometimes, but she'll make your belly rumble. Heather's got the school lunches on Gooney in the Morning on KBST.
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's finally Friday, everybody. 7:23 here at the KBS studios. It's November 7th out there, 48 degrees right here. Excited about that. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Gooney here with you, getting you up and on your way this morning. I do want to remind everybody that this portion of Gooney in the Morning is brought to you by Parks Agency, Parks Insurance Agency, located there, 900 Main Street. Been around since 1935. That's one of the oldest insurance agencies here in Big Spring. They've been around for a while. They know Big Spring in and out. Of course, Mike Richardson down there, a great guy. Get on down there, ask for him. He'll help you out any way that he can. Of course, Parks Insurance Agency now helping out with the Steer Nation updates every Friday night at the football games, which I take a lot of pride in those highlight videos. I've been doing that all season long, and I've kind of bounced around from school to school, but here the past few weeks been with Big Spring, and it's a lot of work down there on that sideline because I'm running back and forth a lot. But big shout out to Parks Agency. Of course, you know what they do is that they're an independent agency, so they can have several different insurance companies that they go through.
Yeah.
You know, they can go through Allstate, the Hartford, Travelers, Liberty Mutual, Progressive, and that's just a few of them. They have access to over 100 different insurance companies.
Wow.
So what they can do is say you want to come in and get your home, auto, motorcycle, business, ATV, boat, something like that quoted with an insurance company. Get on down to Parks at 900 Main Street, go in there, and they can look up and compare. Because I kind of compare it to like hotels.com.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to find a hotel in a big city, you go to hotels.com. They're going to find you the best rate, and then you can decide from there.
Well, it's kind of just like what Progressive does.
Exactly. That's what Parks Agency does right there.
Good job.
And they got Progressive. So there you go. You know, now, I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have choices. You know what I mean?
That many choices.
When you
awesome.
when you have choices, that always makes things better. And Parks and Mike down there, he does a great job at getting you the best rates. So get on down there, see him. You can also give him a call, 267-5504. 900 Main Street is where they're located, and they'll give you a free quote. So why not just go down there and check it out? You know what I mean? You might get a better rate.
Take some time.
That's right. You want to do some school lunches? It's Friday.
I do.
Let's hear them.
All right. Big Spring. For Big Spring, we have popcorn chicken or barbecue beef sandwich. Sands, they're going to be having barbecue on a bun with coleslaw, pinto beans, and baby carrots. And Four Sands going to be having chicken tender, steak fingers, or crispy chicken salad. It's chicken day at Four Sand. All right. And in Kahoma, they are having deli bar or crispy chicken salad.
Well,
those are your school lunches for the day.
It's a hard decision on which school to go to for lunch today, Heather.
I'm saying chicken day.
Yeah, we're going to have to make up our mind there. Hey, we have a birthday here on our Facebook page from Sandra Gonzalez Martinez, wishing a very happy third birthday to Braylon Emma Peters. Happy birthday, Miss Braylon. That's awesome right there. Third birthday. 3 is going to be such a fun year for you, Mom, Miss Sandra. No, 3's a fun. You know, and speaking of that, because I always hear about terrible 2s. That's something I always hear about. But my kids, they seem to start their terrible 2s at about a year and a half, and Kellen still hasn't ended, and he's 5, going on 6. So terrible 2s.
You're gonna have a problem with Kellen for a while.
So Miss Sandra, enjoy the third birthday out there. Who's our sweetheart today?
Our sweetheart of the day is Miss Cindy James. She helps over at the Big Spring RV Park.
Nice. Well, congratulations to Miss Cindy James. She's going to be receiving a beautiful rose and a bud vase from the fine folks down there at Faze Flowers, located at 1013 South Gregg Street. You can give them a call, 267-2571. They're open from 8 to 5:30 right there on Gregg Street. Get on down there. Get your loved ones some flowers, and this is something we were talking about yesterday. They got more than just flowers there. They got knickknacks and all kinds of cool decorations.
They have a bunch of stuff there.
And smell goods. Lots of smell goods.
I love going in there during the holidays.
I know it. It smells so amazing. I just absolutely love it. It's exciting.
And I have 2 early birthdays for the weekend.
Hang on. What?
Oh,
I had to start. If we have birthdays, if you have birthdays, I got to start the bounce up again.
Okay, well, this is a happy early birthday to Stephanie Barron and Wayne Barron. Stephanie Barron is married to Morgan Barron, and Morgan Barron's father is Wayne Barron. So They both have a birthday today. Well, tomorrow, actually. So it's from Morgan Barron and the kids.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's what I told them.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's cool.
And you got some celebrity birthdays as well?
I do. The one on here, I didn't know Lord is only 18 years old. We got Morgan Spurlock. She is 44 from the reality show 30 Days and Super Size Me. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Christopher Knight is 57. He was Peter on the Brady Bunch. Let's see. Who else do we have?
Yes. Peter?
King Kong Bundy is 57.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember who that is?
No. I remember Al Bundy and King Kong.
No, he's a 500-pound wrestler who faced Hulk Hogan in a steel cage match at WrestleMania 2.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And he was also the man. He was named after Married with Children.
Nice.
You nailed it.
That's cool. Hey, we have a call on the line. We have our first caller to give some shout outs to some of these athletes here in our area. And she's pretty well known in the area, Miss Cindy Klaus. Thanks for calling this morning. Are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Now let's talk a little bit. I'm assuming you're calling and talk a little bit about Bulldog football. Maybe?
I am.
There we go.
I am.
What do you have to say this morning, Cindy?
I just wanted to shout out to Garrett Parrish and the Mighty Bulldogs, wishing them a good win tonight. On to the playoffs. Go Big Red!
That's right. And Cindy, I've heard, because, of course, I went to Forsan, so I know all about the rivalry between Forsan and Coahoma probably over maybe the past 20 years.
Right.
But what I keep hearing from some of the older generations out there in Coahoma is that's not the real rivalry. Tonight is the real rivalry.
Tonight is the rivalry. We need to beat those Wolves.
That's right. Well, good luck to the Bulldogs out there. I know you'll be out there supporting them. The whole family will be out there. The Parrish family. Good luck to Garrett and the rest of the Bulldogs, and come home with a win tonight.
There you go.
Last night, senior night. There we go. Thanks for the call, Cindy.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
And go Jeff Gordon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
That was cool.
You can give us a call later on, 263-KBST, if you want to give a shout-out to some of the local athletes. We're going to take a real quick break, and when we return, we'll have the Steer Minute, George Bancroft here in the house, when we return on Gooney in the Morning right here on KBST, AM and FM.
Established almost 80 years ago, the Parks Agency is one of the oldest privately held insurance firms in the state of Texas. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson. Having lived in Big Spring all my life, Big Spring is my hometown. I encourage the growth we're seeing, but I also want to keep things local. We represent a variety of different insurance companies so we can compare coverage and price to give you, the customer, the absolute best possible value. So instead of being tied down to only one insurance company, come by 900 Main and let us show you the difference of going with an experienced local independent agent.
The holidays are on their way, whether we're ready or not. Are you really going to go another year with your relatives and guests looking at your stained carpet?
Oh, that's horrible.
A disaster. Don't do it. Give yourself a gift this holiday season with brand new carpet. Imagine the look of your beautiful Christmas tree standing on new carpet and the comments you'll receive.
Exquisite. Yeah. Exquisite.
Gorgeous. Exquisite. With the huge sale going on at Tisha's Flooring Essentials, you can afford a gift for yourself. And they have a complete showroom of the many options for your home. Tile flooring, hardwood, cabinets, countertops, window coverings, all those things that make a house a home. Now's the time to take a look, just in time for the holidays. Stop by Tisha's Flooring Essentials on MLK Drive at the top of the rock. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 and by appointment on weekends.
Exquisite.
That's right. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the Steer Minute here on Gooney in the Morning on KBST because it's finally Football Friday, November 7th, 7:32 here at the KBS Studios. Nice 48 degrees outside. Gooney here with you, getting you up and on your way this morning. And as always, for the Steer Minute, we're joined by Mr. George Bancroft.
Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to have you here, man. Glad to have you. Hey, first, we kind of do this every time whenever you first get here. Big night again. We got Brownwood coming into our house tonight, senior night. Of course, the last game of the district season.
Well, you got to be excited.
Yeah.
I mean, not only is it a football game, it's a football game. And I don't know that we've ever played Brownwood, but, Brownwood historically has been a storied program,
right.
And just a great program. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Brownwood lines look like.
That's right.
Watching our young men, they're coming off a tough week.
Yeah.
And that's good. You see how they respond to that. So we're always excited about the football game.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, a lot can happen from the way things turn out tonight. Of course, we win. Of course, that's what I'm looking for is us to win either way. But between Abilene, Wiley, and Stephenville, depending on who wins, could put us in second or third as far as the seeding goes.
And I guess that matters in what kind of opponent we draw in the first round. And so certainly that's important. But, the most important thing always is to me, is how the young men behave on the field.
Right.
How they represent us as young men, and win or lose, you want to see them be gentlemen and sportsmen. And that's always going to be the most important to me. I like to win.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd rather lose with gentlemen than win with jerks.
That's right. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this question real quick, because Heather and I were kind of talking about this earlier. Would you rather have a second place seeding and get a better and easier opponent in the first round of the playoffs, or would you rather share that district championship that we haven't had since the 80s?
I don't know if I'd think through it that far.
That's tough.
I'd want to do my best tonight.
Yeah.
If I'm in a uniform, that's out of what comes is kind of out of my hands.
Right.
But how I operate and represent my school and my teammates, that's entirely in my control. Right. And so I want to win. And whatever I get as a result of winning is typically better than what I get as a result of losing.
Right. No, that's a perfect answer right there. I like that. And real quick, I want to highlight the Lady Steers volleyball team. Of course, got that big win up in Plainview the other night. The by-district champions now for Lady Steers. They're going to be heading over to Odessa Permian Saturday for a 5 o'clock matchup against Fort Stockton. So just a shout-out to the Lady Steers. They're doing fantastic right now.
Well, and you can't say enough about the program that Coach Osborne's developed here over the last few years. I can remember days when an afternoon in the gym was embarrassing at a volleyball game, and she's just another example in her program, another example of we're going to compete well with the best, and that's really all, because whether or not you're at the elite status is to a large extent is the function of the athletes that you have that year, and you get good years and bad years, but as long as the way the divisions are set up, you can always compete.
That's right.
And she certainly always gets the best out of the people that she's got on the court. And they are ladies always. They're good sports people, and that's that. As far as I'm concerned, that's what we want to represent as a school district in our athletic programs and in our music programs.
Right, and of course, a big shout out to Miss Erin Pollard and Juliana Rodriguez for signing with Western Texas College earlier in this week. That's huge right there, and the Steer Nation, the Pride Drive Band, making it on their state marching trip. I was very, very honored to get to go down there and broadcast that over the radio for the folks that couldn't make that trip because it was on a Monday morning. It was tough to get down there, so I was honored just to get to go down there and experience that with the band, and a huge shout out. And I mean, just making it the top 22 bands in the state is a huge accomplishment.
Well, and a lot of times you work and no one knows, you just for whatever reason, the stars don't line up and you don't get recognized. So it's always nice to see us get featured at a state competition. And Juliana and Aaron, it's nice to see them rewarded for all the hard work they've done, not this year, but for years, to put themselves in a position where somebody's going to pay for their education, or certainly a healthy portion of their education. And then, so they're getting a financial return on their investment.
That's right.
Good for them.
Well, and just keeping in the line of music a little bit, that's kind of what you brought in for your guest day. Why don't you go ahead and introduce your guest this morning, Mr. Bancroft?
I brought a great guy with me. This is Gershom Garcia's here this morning, and we all loved Ann again. She did a great job here, and she just lived to represent Big Spring well, and she built such a great program. But more importantly, as she knew she was going to be leaving, she handpicked Mr. Garcia. Anna and I had many conversations about the kind of person we needed for the job.
Right.
And she could have very easily just gone on and invested her life in the Metroplex where she is now, and played no part in finding a person to replace her. But she was a much better person than that, and she did. She went out and found Gershom, and Gershom is already doing some great things with his kids, and I'm going to let him elaborate on that. But I can tell you my personal interaction with Mr. Garcia has just been great. He's a fine man. He's got a family here in town, students in the district. We're very fortunate to have him. But Gershom, what's the thing that excites you most about what's going on with your choir kids?
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me on the show. Great community here. Kids are awesome, and administration is great. Really enjoying being a part of Big Spring. We're coming here from Houston, so this is a little bit of a culture shock for us to move here to Big Spring, but we find it to be awesome.
We got a Walmart. What else you need?
Yeah, we were excited to see that. So, you got a Walmart, you're doing pretty good. But no, it's awesome. The kids here, the talent that's here. Ann again has set it up really beautifully for awesome choral music to be happening. And just enjoying working with the kids.
I'm Linda Conway.
Hey, Linda.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. We've been just recently attended a region choir competition, and we had some kids place really high in the region. We had 10 kids make the region choir, and we have 4 of those kids going on to area competition for all-state choir.
Wow.
So that'll be awesome. We've got some exciting things coming up in December. The next big event is the Christmas tree, the Living Christmas tree. We've got 100 singers that are going to be singing in that, our Meister singers and community singers as well. And wonderful orchestra. And we're going to try to do a new light show for the event, and maybe a little bit of snow might be falling inside the church.
Little theatrics.
Yes, we want to bring some theatrics here. But those performances are on December 6th and December 7th, and it's free to the public. So you just have to get a ticket.
A lot of what goes on in your program, people don't know about, at least the competitions, the UIL competitions, and probably the showpiece of your program is the Rhapsody Kids.
Yes.
And anybody that's seen them has been impressed. They do such a great job. And can you tell us a little bit about what you got going on with Rhapsody right now?
Rhapsody. Well, we are getting ready to do a holiday tour around here in Big Spring, and take these kids to sing for some of the retirement homes and hospitals and that kind of thing. They are going to be competing in February at a contest in San Antonio. So we've got them going there. We've got some great talent in that group. Of course, they're always popular in the pop show.
Sure.
And so that'll be coming up. And George, I think we're looking to have you in part of that show this year.
I'll see what I can do.
You're quite a wonderful singer, as I've heard.
Well, I tell you the thing about Rhapsody, I was listening to the Megan Trainor song, all about that bass, and I just thought, dang, why'd she have to throw that foul language in there? Because that would have been such a great song for them to do.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could do a little rewrite for us.
Oh, well, we'll look into that. But we're also got looking at maybe having a Howard County's Got Talent show.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun.
So we'll be letting you know about that. We have a poinsettia sale coming up today, actually, and for the next 2 weeks. So we'd appreciate.
Where would they go to purchase one?
Just call the school.
Call the
choir
school,
office.
and ask for the choir office.
Yeah, and that'll help support us. Go to San Antonio to perform in the Meyerson Performing Arts Center.
That's 264-3641. Ask for the choir department.
There we
Thank you,
go.
Gooney.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thanks guys for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank
Always
you.
good to see what's going on in Big Spring ISD. And George, thank you so much for coming on and sharing it with us. We
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate it, bud. Well, that does it for the Steer Minute. We'll talk with you again next Friday night, and we'll see you at the game tonight, Mr. Bancroft.
Oh, I'll be there.
All right, we'll be right back with the NASCAR Minute on Gooney in the Morning on KBST, AM and FM.
I'm Verna Finkenbinder. When my sister became ill and required constant attention, I turned to Parkview Nursing and Rehabilitation. It was wonderful. She received the professional care her condition required. I was able to confer with the owners whenever I had questions. Hometown ownership and management is one reason I turned to Parkview. I knew my sister was in the care of people who cared about her.
Parkview, 3200 Parkway, Big Spring.
When veterans from World War II came home to Big Spring, they were ready to start a new life. They might not have had enough money to buy a new car or pickup, so they fixed up their old one. Westex Auto Parts on the Snyder Highway in Big Spring was started to serve those returning soldiers, sailors, and Marines. Westex has grown over the years, both in the number of parts on hand and the good reputation the business has earned. Westex, the folks in the know when it comes to parts for late model pickups. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
Elrod's Furniture is pleased to announce that we are now the authorized dealer for Flex Steel furniture. Flex Steel, America's seating specialist, has been producing high-quality furniture for over 100 years. The Latitudes collection features the Dual Flex spring system that sets the standard for comfort. This spring system pairs the famous wooden seat spring with helical coils into a durable steel frame. And because it's Flex Steel, both the wood frame and the spring system are guaranteed for life. The Latitudes collection lets you enjoy the quality of Flex Steel furniture, as well as the luxury of fine leather at prices you can afford. So come in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Clark, the new director for Nazarene Christian Academy, and we offer kindergarten through second grade. We love being able to pray and learn Bible stories with our students. We also have small classes, so that means more one-on-one time with each student. If you have any questions, please contact Alyssa Clark at 432-263-0203, or you can go by New Hope Christian School, where Nazarene Christian Academy is also located. We can't wait to hear from you.
Now it's time for the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning and 87 Auto Sales on the K-Best Morning Program.
That's right. It's time for the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by 87 Auto Sales and Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning. We have Dale Coates and Tim Knox on the line. Good morning. Happy Friday to you guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, we got a big race coming up this weekend in Phoenix. This is the last race of the Eliminator round to see, I guess, who the top four racers are going into the championship race.
Yes, it is. It's ought to be really exciting. And a lot of drama coming out of Texas. I'd like to say, Cindy Klaus, she had her on the radio a while ago, and she was very professional. She didn't, tell everybody how bad she hated Tim and I for stepping up for Brad Keselowski the other day.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I did give her a little shout out for Jeff there at the end, so hopefully that helps.
You did. Yeah, you was brown nosing just a little bit there.
Hey, I got to do what I got to do, man. But let's talk about the race coming up in Phoenix, because, of course, with everything that happened at the end of the Texas race, that's got to make you kind of, I guess, excited as a NASCAR fan going into the race in Phoenix.
Yeah, I think it is going to be very exciting, and I don't think you're going to see the drama after the race like you saw at Texas. I think NASCAR got their attention about as far as the fighting going on. I mean, a bunch of those guys got suspended, for the rest of the season and some first month of next year. So that's going to hurt. The fines, I'm sure their teams will pay their fines, but just losing them, at a time we're trying to rush for a championship. I think Jeff Gordon lost two guys. Like I said on Wednesday, I don't know what their roles were on that team, but anytime you lose anybody on a team, it makes some changes, and it just going to make be a little different outcome. Hendrick's a deep group, but still, when you take people out of their starting position and move second stringers in, it shuffles up how you do things.
Yeah, and I kind of like that call, to be honest with you, because I think guys on both teams, if I'm not mistaken, they kind of got hit on that. Anytime that you have something like that break out, you just have a Pier 6 brawl going on, and you've got guys just come in there and start throwing fists. That's not the way to do things, if those two guys wanted to slug it out, maybe you let them a little bit and you pull them apart, but you just don't go in and start hitting people. That's not what it's about. Obviously, it's a dangerous situation, and somebody could have really got hurt. So,
yeah, there was a couple instances that I saw in there that really bothered me a little bit. That mob mentality, how people were just running in there and sucker punching people and grabbing them from behind. And Brad Keselowski took a pretty good shot from one of the Hendricks guys that wasn't even on Jeff Gordon's team. He was a Casey Kane team member, and he got severely punished. He was one of the worst, and he deserved it. He probably didn't get as much as I thought he should have gotten, but he did get a pretty good penalty. But Penske's guys didn't get any penalties. There wasn't a single guy on the Penske teams that got a penalty. And I hadn't sat and watched all the tape like I'm sure NASCAR did, but from what I've heard on NASCAR radio, Penske's guys were being the most up class of the group, trying to just break it up and stop it, while all the Hendricks guys were bum rushing them and sucker punching them. So it'd be interesting to see some of that footage that NASCAR looked at.
Yeah, it sure would be. I kind of caught, I was in the airport yesterday, and on one of the TVs that was a little far away, they were showing some different angles from cell phone cams and whatnot, and it was pretty interesting to say the least. I mean, it's like I said, well, it's kind of exciting to a degree, but yeah, there was some stuff going on where, guys were in there and they were, like you said, they were, you saw some guys trying to break it up and whatnot. They were getting slugged in the face from behind. For one, you should pull your man card for that. If you want to fight the guy, at least look him in the eye,
Right.
But it was like, come on, man,
Yeah.
And that's not something that NASCAR really needs. I mean, that's been the big talk on all the sports shows this week, and that's not the blood that NASCAR wants for their sport. Right. It's while it can be fun and interesting, also it just takes it back to these guys are just goofy rednecks who don't know any better,
Right.
And NASCAR's worked too hard to get away from that mentality to have it ruined by something like that.
Well, I agree with that statement. When I hear people say that, I say that I can't believe that many rednecks play hockey, because I just really hadn't seen a redneck on skates. But
exactly.
If fighting just makes you a redneck, then I don't. The hockey must be full of them.
Well, I want to get you guys' opinion on this real quick, because we're going into the final race before the championship. Of course, like I said earlier, they're going to take the top four. We were all kind of surprised that Ryan Newman's been doing as well as he is right now. He's in third place. They have Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin both tied as the leaders going in with the points, and then followed by Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon, Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, Brad Keselowski, and then Kevin Harvick, 18 points behind. Is there still, any of these guys have a shot to get into the top four, or do you think it's kind of the end of the road for a couple of them?
I think all eight have a shot. Especially after seeing the way how that race turned out at Texas. It's every man for himself, in my opinion.
And real quick, go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick that what makes it interesting is neither of those eight guys have won any of the first two races. So, this is a scenario that honestly I didn't see playing out. Points are going to matter. There's already some scenarios of, the guys, if they finish this place or better, they're in, all eight of them can get in via points if none of them, wins, obviously, but a win's going to get you in. Points will do even better. So you may not see those guys be extremely aggressive, but, it's going to be interesting to see how this race plays out in that aspect.
Well, I have a little challenge just to mix things up, because of course, I'm way in last place, almost, just 100 points behind Dale there, who's in first place. And I was thinking of another little challenge, completely separate a little bit, but it can help us out in our little pick'em challenge. And that's for the three of us to just kind of pick who our top four think that's going to make it in the championship after this weekend's race. And then if we're able to nail that top four down, say we get 100 points.
Gooney, no, sir.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Are you scared?
No.
That's a tough call right there. 4 racers.
100 points.
Well, that's just because that's the only possible way to catch me up. But I'd still like to do that just to see who we think is going to get in the top 4. And we can make it something more fun for you and Tim just because y'all are a little bit closer. If y'all want to say 5 points or something like that, or no points at all, keep this totally separate. I just want to hear who you guys think the top 4 racers are going to be right quick.
Go ahead, Tim. Dale, I'll let you start that. I'm going to pull up here and see all 8 guys.
I'll go ahead and start it off because I've of course been looking at. I got all the names pulled up right here in front of me, but I do think Joey Logano, with the way that he's raced all season long, he's definitely got one of the top spots in there. And Jeff Gordon, of course, I know that it was a little tough last week, but I think he's going to be racing like the old Jeff Gordon in this race this weekend. Going from there, it's kind of a tough one, but I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski, and then I'm going to kind of throw in one that I think might shock both of you a little bit, but my 4th racer, I think, is going to be Denny Hamlin.
Well, I mean, obviously those are not bad picks because to me, all 8 of them have a legitimate shot, and it's just kind of just pulling names out of a hat right now. But I'd go with, guy that's sitting in 8th, Kevin Harvick. I'd go with Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth would be my 4.
All right, Tim?
You writing these down, Gooney?
Yeah, I am. I got Harvick, Gordon, Newman, and Kenseth.
I'll take Logano, Jeff Gordon. I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski. I think he's going to get in there this week. And then I'm going to take for my 4th one a guy who actually I'm going to pick to win the race this week. So you can't take him, Gooney, since I'm making my pick. But I think that 4th one's going to be Carl Edwards. I think Carl's going to win this week to get into the Final 4.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's something fun just to see how we think everything's going to turn out in the championship. Now let's get on to our Pick'em Challenge. Since I'm in last place, I get to go first. I'm going to pick Carl Edwards. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. I wouldn't do that. I'm actually going to go with Jeff Gordon in this race.
Well, I think that's a good pick. And Tim's obviously taking Carl Edwards, and I'm going to step out there and take Kevin Harvick.
There we go. That's a good pick as well. He definitely needs to get a big win in this one. So I think it's going to be fun to see how it wraps up in Phoenix. And, guys, we'll talk with you more on Monday, and we'll talk some championship round racing.
All right, guys.
Thanks a lot. Y'all have a good weekend. That's Dale Coates and Tim Knox with the NASCAR Minute. We'll be right back with more Gooney in the Morning on KBST, AM and FM.
Fall is here, and the savings continue at 87 Auto Sales with over 200 clean, pre-owned cars, pickups, and SUVs to choose from. They finance their customers right there at the dealership, so you drive away the very same day in the vehicle of your choice. 87 Auto has the right vehicle for your needs, serving West Texas since 1972. 87 Auto Sales on the corner of 3rd and Gregg Street in Big Spring. Right on the corner and right on the price. 87 Auto Sales.
Hi, this is Dale Coates with Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning. It's fall again, which means football and cooler weather. Don't get sacked by the cold weather. Give us a call to make sure your system is working at its full capacity. And if you're searching for a new system, we can install a new Carrier high-efficiency system that will keep you comfortable for years to come and keep you from punting your electric bill every month. Call Dale Coates, your local Carrier dealer, at 714-4688. That's 714-4688.
This is Margie Carpenter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my program, Riding Fence, named after that column I did back in the 70s. Ever since 1994, it's been on this radio station the last Wednesday of the month at 8:15 in the morning. We talk about what's happening in Big Spring. We talk about sometimes what ought to be happening in Big Spring. But most of all, we talk about what used to happen in Big Spring because it has so much history.
Hear the history and more on Riding Fence with Marge Carpenter every last Wednesday of the month, right here on KBST.
It's that time again. Your stomach is growling and it wants Brenda's Hilltop Cafe in Big Spring. Steak fingers on Monday, pork ribs on Tuesday, sirloin steak on Wednesday, pork chops on Thursday, and fish and shrimp on Friday. The choices are endless. And that is just the specials. There are many more choices on the menu for you and your family. Dig into the barbecue and get your fingers messy with the savory sauces, or indulge in sizzling fajitas from the Mexican menu. Let Brenda's Hilltop Cafe feed you till you're satisfied. Located at 1307 East 4th Street.
Coming to theaters near you, the hottest movie of the summer. Wait, wrong voice track. You're listening to Gooney in the Morning on KBST.
Don't stop the beat. Can't control my feet. People in the street. Come on, everybody, and move your feet. Don't stop the beat. I can't stop the beat. I won't stop. I won't stop the beat.
Go! Welcome back. to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's finally Friday, everybody. That's right. Friday, November the 7th, 7:56 here at the KBS studios. A nice 50 degrees outside. Gooney here with you, getting you up and on your way this morning. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Giving shout outs to the Steer Nation this morning. This morning. And a look at your weather. It's going to be nice. How about that for your weather?
It is going to be really nice today.
Like it's going to be a nice day. It's 50 degrees already outside, and it's a nice 50 degrees. It was a little chilly this morning coming in to work, so you may want like a little light jacket or something for the morning if you're going to be doing something outside. But other than that, it's supposed to be nice and sunny all day long. The high today is 67, I believe.
67.
67. Didn't you have to look at that? Look at there. We go. I remembered. Mostly clear tonight. 46 degrees is your low. Tomorrow's going to be sunny, high around 65. Saturday night, mostly clear, low of 40. Sunday, sunny and a high of 74, low of 50. Sunday night, mostly clear. And then on Monday morning, it's going to be Sunday. On Monday, it's going to be sunny, a high around 76 degrees, mostly clear Monday night, low of 43. And this says for Veterans Day, a high of 51 and sunny.
Nice.
On Veterans Day. But I heard it's supposed to get really, really cold shortly after that.
That's okay.
Charles was saying there's supposed to be like a cold snap coming in.
That's
like
fine.
a freezing cold.
Oh.
You're okay with that? I'm not.
You just said cold. You didn't say freezing.
Yeah, cold. Hey, it's time to draw some names. We got the Sonic KBST Kick for Cash, of course, out in Kahoma. $300 up for grabs. All you got to make is a 25-yard field goal placed on the 15-yard line right in the middle hash. You'll win $300 out there. Big Spring, $100 up for grabs. Same thing. We got some names in the hat. Heather in the house, ready to draw some names.
We're going to draw for Kahoma first.
The big $300 one first?
The big 300, yep.
All right.
We're getting it out of the way.
Let's do it.
All right. Kicking for Kahoma is Jeff Fernetton.
Yeah. Congratulations, Mr. Jeff Fernetton. Mr. Jeff. I think Jeff works out at the refinery.
I think he does.
I think so. So congratulations, Jeff. And that was for Kahoma, right? So
Yes.
Jeff will be kicking for $300 of Sonic's money tonight. Congratulations, Jeff. Warm up that leg today, buddy. Get ready. We'll be contacting you later on this morning to give you all the details. Now it's time for the Big Spring Kick for Cash, brought to you by Sonic Drive-In. Getting the name ready.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who do we have?
Julio Garcia.
Julio Garcia is going to be kicking at halftime of the Big Spring home game tonight. We'll be giving you a call later, Julio, letting you know what's going on. Congratulations, both you guys, for the Sonic Kick for Cash. Also, we had a shout out. We had a phone call come in from Mr. Adam Dude Dunlap. Thanks for the call, Adam. He was wishing a happy 5th anniversary to his perfect wife, Shemaine Dunlap. So happy anniversary, guys. 5 years. Way to go. Way to go. Happy for you guys. Not all the time that we have for today's show. Real quick, just to run it down, we got a lot of sports going on. Had some games last night, 6-man action. Of course, Grady got the big win over Klondike. Ira still staying strong, got the win over Highland. Sands just narrowly losing to Buena Vista 68-66. Big Spring's going to be at home against Brownwood tonight at 7:30. Kahoma will be home hosting Colorado City at 7:30. The Stanton Buffaloes are going to be on the road traveling to Post for a 7:30 game. And then also, so on your 6-man games, Borden County's hosting O'Donnell. Rankin's going to be hosting Garden City. Westbrook will be at home against Hermley. Sterling City's going to travel to Very Best. And don't forget, we'll be keeping you up to date with that Wiley and Stephenville game as well. The Lady Steers are going to be on the road tomorrow, heading over to Permian for a 5 o'clock area round of the playoffs against Fort Stockton. Get on out there, Steer Nation. I want to remind everybody again that today's pep rally has been moved to next Tuesday at 10:50, doing one big giant senior playoff pep rally out there. It's Friday. Oh, I'm pumped up. I hope we woke you up this morning. Do you have a favorite part of today's show?
My favorite part of today's show was probably our steer minute today.
Steer minute?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was really neat. Really neat to get to hear, because I've been curious what's going on with the choir program since Miss Gann has gone on to do other things. So, because she did a fantastic job. So I'm really excited to see what happens from here on out.
We'll see.
It's going to be exciting. My favorite part of today's show is it being Friday.
Yay.
I love Fridays. It's going to be so much fun. Remember, guys, enjoy your day out there. Get out to some of these games and support these kids. If not, be sure to tune into your KBEST media stations. We'll be keeping up with all the action. And follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/KBEST957 for all of the updates. We got Chad Averett coming up on Community Calendar. Remember, folks, it's Friday. Live it up. And remember to laugh a lot, because if you're not laughing, You're not living.
Westex Auto Parts on the Snyder Highway in Big Spring has been in business since 1947 and has over 1 million parts in stock. More are coming in every day. Westex specializes in parts for late model pickups. So if you need a part, you know where to go to get it. Call Westex at 263-5000. You'll be talking to someone who can help. Westex, the folks in the know when it comes to parts for late model pickups. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
Relax, have fun, get pampered. You'll get to do all this and more when you live at Park Place. Enjoy your apartment, dine with friends, or simply share the joy of the many events at Park Place. Compare costs and let Amanda Cole Calvio introduce you to a comfortable and secure life at Park Place, 501 West 17th, Big Spring.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Heather Gentry with your K-Best Radio Group News, brought to you today by 14th and Main Church of Christ. It's Friday, November 7th, 2014. The time is 8:03 a.m. and it's 50 degrees outside. Your complete weather forecast is coming up. This Christmas, when you're buying gifts for your loved ones, why not buy a few more for those in need? Pick an angel on the angel tree this holiday season and make a difference in your community. About 120 families this year are counting on your support because they are part of the Salvation Army's annual Angel Tree program, which gives Christmas gifts for needy children and seniors in this area. Big Spring Area Chamber of Commerce presented Randy Montgomery as the winner of the first bale of cotton in Howard County at the southeast corner of the courthouse yesterday at 10 a.m. KBST News spoke with Debbie Valverde from the chamber about yesterday's presentation.
We are awarding the winner of the first bale of cotton for Howard County, and it's Randy Montgomery and his family. And so we just want to congratulate them. And on behalf of our sponsors, which is Lone Star Bank, State National Bank, Wells Fargo, and South Plains Implement, thank you. And we provided a cash prize to the first bale, and also to Brad McKiska and Noel Huff of Big Spring Gin, who let us know that they got the first bale out and who the farmer was.
Congratulations to the Montgomery family for all their hard work. Veterans Day offers America an opportunity to honor veterans for their service and sacrifice on behalf of our country. This year, Big Spring and surrounding communities will host a special community-wide Veterans Day program on November 11th at 11 a.m. in the Dorothy Garrett Coliseum on the campus of Howard College. All veterans are invited and encouraged to attend this program in their honor. Citizens in the community are also invited to join us as we share a moment of celebration, recognition, and dedication to all veterans, past, present, and future. This brief program serves as a solemn reminder of the prize for the freedoms we enjoy each day. The students from Big Spring, Forsyth, and Coahoma school districts will participate in this year's program. This year's program will recognize all Purple Heart veterans in attendance, as well as share the significance of the Purple Heart. Veteran John Fisher will serve as Master of Ceremonies. The Howard County Volunteer Firefighter Honor Guard will again be a part of our program, posting the colors, and local veteran Mike Tarpley will lead the pledge. Mayor McClellan will also present a proclamation honoring all veterans. Immediately following the program, veterans and their families are invited to enjoy lunch at the Dorothy Garrett Coliseum East Room. And this nice gesture is made available by a local business that supports veterans and veteran program. St. Mary's Episcopal Church invites you to their 13th annual St. Andrew's Day service and Scottish Music Festival reception. St. Mary's asks you to join them for this unique and celebratory event. This is a free event. There will be several Scottish side dishes and desserts at the reception. Some of the entertainment will include bagpipes and drums, hymns, and Scottish folk songs. The choral conductor will be Dr. Keith Grauman, and there will be many special guest musicians. It takes place November 16th at 7 p.m. at St. Mary's Episcopal Church at 1001 South Goliad, right here in Big Spring. United Way of Big Spring in Howard County presents Empty Bowls, 70 Years of Changing Lives. This event is sponsored by the Big Spring ISD Art Department and the Howard College Art Department and HEB. You are invited to come and enjoy a simple meal prepared by local chefs. You will receive a handcrafted bowl made by local art students and community volunteers. This event is Thursday, November 20th from 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Dora Roberts Community Center, located on 100 Whipkey Drive. Tickets are $20 per person and can be bought at the United Way office at 215 West 3rd Street. And for more information, you can call the United Way office at 432-267-5201. The Downtown Garden Project is holding a food and clothing drive to help out our community. This is in light of recent devastation to a local family, but will also be used to help the whole community. This will be from 8 a.m. until noon, Saturday, November 8th, at the Downtown Garden Project site at 203 South Reynolds Street. The second annual Veterans Day 5K event is to honor those who are serving and those who have served in the U.S. military. The race will start and end at the Big Spring Vietnam Memorial on Veterans Day, which is November 11th. The walk begins at 5 p.m. and the run jog portion starts at 5:30 p.m. The registration fee is $25 and all proceeds benefit the Lone Survivor Foundation. The entry fee includes the race day shirt and a barbecue brisket plate with drink at the end of the run. Additional plates will be available for $7. You can register at the GO Group, 1701 Apron Drive. The United Way of Big Spring and Howard County invites you to dine out for Dine Out Days, a way for you to enjoy some great food while helping to support its 17 member agencies. This week, dine out at the Big Spring Country Club, and a portion of their sales will go to benefit the United Way of Big Spring and Howard County. The Big Spring Country Club is located at 2401 Driver Road. In state news, Dallas could be declared Ebola-free by the evening. State and local health officials will release the last Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Dallas worker under quarantine for coming into contact with Ebola-infected material tonight. Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins says Thanksgiving is coming early for Dallas because the Ebola scare is going to end. It started September 30th when Thomas Duncan was admitted to the hospital and diagnosed with the deadly disease. He died October 8th, and 2 nurses contracted the virus from him. Both Nina Pham and Amber Vincent were treated and survived. Almost 200 people were monitored for potential exposure, but no one else got sick. In obituaries, Barbara M. Pavlich, 84 of Big Spring, died Wednesday, November 5th, at her residence. Her services are pending with an Allie Pickle Milch Funeral Home and Crematory. KBST News Time is 8:09 a.m. We'll be back with a look at your sports and weather right after this.
Everyone needs forgiveness, the kindness of the Savior.
When Jesus asked his apostles who they thought he was, Peter answered, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Matthew 16:16. Then Jesus told his apostles, "On this rock I will build my church." Matthew 16:18. Jesus built his church on that confession made by Peter. The Church of Christ is built on that confession, as well as the other commands of our Lord Jesus. The Church of Christ that meets at the corner of 14th and Main Street in Big Spring is attempting to restore in ourselves the ancient New Testament church. We do not claim to be the only Christians, but we do insist that we are Christians only. That is, people who believe and confess that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God. Won't you consider who Jesus is for your life? I'm Rick Cunningham, preacher for the 14th and Main Street Church of Christ. We meet for Bible classes on Sunday at 9 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Our worship times are Sunday at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. We would love to tell you more about Jesus in this church. Come and see us.
KBST News Time is 8:10 a.m. For a look at your sports, it's KBST Sports Director Gooney.
Thanks, Heather. Of course, some varsity six-man teams got some action started last night out in Grady. Klondike came over and lost 42-33. Ira hosted Highland High School and got the big win 62-14. And Sands narrowly lost to Buena Vista 68-66. Of course, your Big Spring Steers going to be in action at home for senior night tonight against the Brownwood Lions. The game's going to start at 7:30 with a 7:15 pregame show that follows the Pigskin Prediction Show. Be sure to turn in the KBS 95.7 to catch all the action with Jamie Scott, Tim Walsh, and Tommy Walker and Corey Wood there. Of course, the Kahoma Bulldogs have their final home game of the season against the Colorado City Wolves with the 7:30 kickoff, 7:15 pregame show. You can catch all the action with Josh Caudell and Adrian Abrego on your top dog station, the Mighty 1490 KBST AM. And then on the station, the Buffaloes roam 94.3 The Fuse. The Buffaloes are going to be traveling to Post to take on the Antelopes tonight for a 7:30 kickoff, 7:15 pregame show with Mark Richards Richardson and Josh Paredes. Other games from around the area, Borden County is going to be at home tonight hosting O'Donnell for a 7:30 game. Garden City is going to travel to Rankin tonight at 7:30. Hermley will be in Westbrook for a 7:30 game. Sterling City is going to be on the road going to Very Best to play at 7:30. And, of course, we'll be keeping you up to date on Facebook with all the area scores. Be sure to tune into the Friday Night Roundup show with Charles Sagona and Cavalry Calendar following the Big Spring game on KBS 95.7. It's always a great way all the coaches and broadcasters call in, and we urge you to call in too as well. If you're at the game and you just want to give a shout out to some of the players, call into that show as well. Once again, it follows the Steers game on KBS 95.7. Also, the Lady Steers volleyball team is going to be in the area round of the playoffs tomorrow for a 5 o'clock matchup against Fort Stockton over at Odessa Permian High School. Of course, you'll be able to catch all the action with Chad Wash and myself on the mighty 1490 KBST AM. In the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks lost to the Trailblazers in a late game last night, 108-87. They'll be traveling to Utah today for an 8 o'clock game. And the San Antonio Spurs lost to the Rockets 89-81. They're going to host the Pelicans tomorrow at 7:30. Houston 6-0 on the season. They're first in the Southwest Division. They're going to host Golden State tomorrow for a 7 o'clock game. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys are going to be heading to Jacksonville for a noon game on Sunday. Houston has a bye week this week. And Howard College basketball, the men got their big win the other day on their first home win. 131-54 was the score on that one. They're going to be home again today against God's Academy with the 7 o'clock game there at Dorothy Garrett Coliseum. The women's basketball team is going to be traveling over to Odessa once again. They did that yesterday to take on Glendale and lost in a close one, 40-53. They're going to be in Odessa again, taking on Blinn for a 4 o'clock matchup later today. For more information, log on to kbsmedia.com. This is Gooney and the KBS Media Sports Center. Now it's Heather with the weather.
And a look at your Howard County weather. Today's mostly sunny with a high near 67. Tonight's mostly clear with a low around 46. Saturday's sunny with a high near 65. It's going to be a windy one, north wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Wind gusts could get as high as 30 miles per hour. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 40. Sunday, sunny with a high near 74. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 50. KBST News Time is 8:14 a.m. I'm Heather Gentry, and this has been your KBS Radio Group News. Coming up on Community Calendar, we have Chad Averett here to talk about upcoming community education courses at Howard. But first, The Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith, brought to you by Chotewell Service.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Significant bones in the heart of West Texas Museum. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. What's the best way to find out what your auto policy covers? A, smash your car up and see how much your insurance pays, or B, talk to a farmer's agent and see if you have the coverage you want. The answer is B. Please don't attempt A. That's just crazy town.
If you want answers about auto insurance, you want a farmer's agent. We are insurance.
We are farmers.
Your local farmer's agent is Tommy Churchwell, also carrying life, commercial, and oil field at the Churchwell Agency, 2303 Goliad in Big Spring.
The Heart of West Texas Museum in Colorado City has acquired the first brick home in the city, built in the late 1800s. It is called Heritage House.
It's mainly an event place. We have a beautiful backyard. We have garden weddings. We have baby showers, wedding showers, meetings.
Museum curator Patty Ferris says the museum has a unique gun collection.
We have this 1873 single-action Colt revolver, the Winchester 1873 lever-action rifle, the Winchester 1866 carbine. One thing that we found just recently is this 1943 Japanese machine gun. We didn't even know we had it. It's quite rare. We found it in the garage at the museum when we were cleaning it out.
The centerpiece of the museum is a giant bison.
This is a bison that was found in 1924 on Lone Wolf Creek. The whole skeleton was there. And what is so interesting about it is there were arrowheads that were found in the bones. So that is the first evidence that we have that man existed alongside these animals.
It's about 5 feet tall and 10 feet long.
We have a modern day buffalo skull there sitting below it, and you can see how much bigger the bison antiquus was. They determined she was a female. She was much bigger than the the bison that we have today.
When the bones were found in 1924, there was no museum in Colorado City. So the remains were sent to the Museum of Natural History in Denver.
And when they did that, they kept them. And about 50, 60 years later, we started trying to get them back. And of course, they wouldn't give them back to us. But they gave us the next best thing. They allowed us to have a casting made of them. So these that we have is a casting, but in some ways it's better because it's not going to deteriorate. In fact, the original bones that are in Denver are not even on display anymore because they've deteriorated so much.
Patty Ferris of the Heart of West Texas Museum in Colorado City. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Napa Auto Parts is proud to support all area athletes and cheerleaders. Our youth will soon be the leaders of tomorrow, and Napa is already the leader in auto and truck parts. Napa, the oldest automotive parts store in Big Spring, features the most complete line of parts and name brand tools, including the hard-to-find ones. When you need automotive parts and accessories or expert advice, go to the place the mechanics go, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer at the corner of 4th and Gregg Street.
Hurry in and save during the Family and Friends event this Sunday, November 9th and Monday, November 10th at your neighborhood Sears hometown store, located at Springtown Plaza in Big Spring. For 2 days only, get an extra 5% off home appliance doorbusters and power lawn and garden, plus an extra 10% off almost everything else store-wide. Also, stop in and receive 40% or more off Kenmore doorbusters and 20% or more off top appliance brands. Stop in for our lawn and garden event with up to 20% off Craftsman brand. Exclusions apply. See store for details. Offer valid November 9th and 10th only.
You're listening to KBST AM and FM. It's time for the KBST Community Calendar, a daily program that focuses on the issues and events that affect our community.
Welcome to Community Calendar here on Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It is finally Friday, November 7th, 8:18 here at the KBS Studios. Gooney here with you, getting you on your way this morning. We have Mr. Chad Averett joining us this morning on Community Calendar. Chad, thanks for joining me, bud.
Oh, glad to be here.
And, of course, you're with Howard College. You do a lot of the workforce training there at Howard College.
Yes.
So that's mainly what we're going to be talking about today. So let's just start off with that and talk about the exciting stuff that you guys have going on right now.
We've got 2 courses that they're started to offer in November, and one's just a community course. It's called Raku Pottery.
Okay.
CVB was gracious enough to give us a grant for it's a special kiln that has to be used for this Raku pottery.
Right.
When Stacy Slayton started telling me about the course coming up, I had to look up what Raku pottery was because I had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. But it's a pretty neat way to do pottery. When they put it in the kiln, it actually you pull it out when it's red hot. And you put it over into some type of media that burns. They'll use paper, wood chips, just about anything, and it fires, and it causes a complete different glazing technique. It's old Japanese style pottery.
So it's not just your normal everyday pottery. There's a lot into it there.
Definitely not. A lot into it. Stacy's really excited about it. It's going to be a really neat deal.
Well, and how will folks be able to get involved in that?
They can call my office at 264-5131. And we can get you registered. It's a one-day class it's on a Saturday from 1 to 6. It's November the 22nd.
November 22nd.
November 22nd. This first class, we're going to be offering several, this one in the fall, and we'll have 3 more in the spring.
Okay.
But this first one's just going to be firing the pottery. I believe Stacy's going to go ahead and have some pots made up, ready to fire.
Oh, okay.
And that way they can just work on the glazing technique and some things that go along with that and really see the finished product a lot faster that way.
Now, I know you're saying that, the CVB really got involved and wanted to really do this. Has there been a lot from the community as far as interest in wanting to get something like this started? Or
pottery classes always seem to be one that they have some interest in the community art classes and things like that. So that this is something that they do some Raku now. Kiln's not quite set up for it, so with the new kiln, it allowed them to be able to offer it, and I really feel like there's going to be a big interest with it.
Yeah, it seems like it's a really great thing, not only to take your kids to do something, because pottery seems like that's something that help you become cultured just a little bit. You know what I mean? You're learning to do something with your hands and learn how, they used to do stuff back in the old days. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's what I've heard that it's great for like young couples or even couples that have been together for years to join a pottery class together. I have Manny Negron, he's with the American Cancer Society.
Sure. Yeah.
He comes on Community Calendar quite often. Him and his new wife, Nicole, they took a pottery class not too long ago, and he absolutely loved it. He said that's one of the most most fun that they've had as a couple.
Yeah.
Because you get to bond a lot doing something like that.
We went out with our family with the United Way empty bowls and went to the college and built bowls. It's a lot of fun just to go sit and it's something different that you don't get to do every day and might not get the opportunity to be exposed to and some of the techniques that go along with it.
Right. Yeah. Exciting. So once again, you said that it'll be November 22nd. What are the times again?
From 1 to 6.
Okay.
The class is $35. Can come out to our office, give us a call. Our office is right there across from the football field in the Don McKinney Center.
Right.
Go in and see Courtney. She's there at the front desk, and she can get you signed up. And then we can look for it. We can get the other dates announced as soon as we have those ready to go for the spring.
Great. And is that where the pottery classes will be held as well? There at the workforce?
No, the pottery class will actually be in the art center.
Oh, in the art center?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. And there's also, that's not all you have going on. You have a pretty cool class coming up in December also, right?
You bet. On the workforce end, we actually have a class starting on Monday. If you can get in today, there'll be a little time to sign up for this, but it's a CDL class, professional truck driving course. Howard College is partners with ACT out of Abilene, Truck Driving Academy. They come over and do a 4-week training. When you leave the course, you've got your CDL with several endorsements.
Right.
Hazmat, tanker, doubles and triples. I think they get that one as well.
Right.
They also get you your physical.
Okay.
You have everything you need to go to work when you do this course. And
that's amazing right there.
It is. And there's a huge need for CDL drivers right now. You can look, every company has.
Just drive down the interstate.
Oh, yeah.
From here to Abilene. Here to Abilene and Odessa and back. You see signs everywhere for now hiring CDL drivers.
Everywhere.
And it's a great field to get into. It really is.
It really is. It really is a good field. And it's not just a lot of people don't want to get into the oil field side of it, maybe because they're worried about
the dangers
and everything else. There's CDL driving of all types. You can drive across country if you want to go see the country. You can do that.
Right.
There's delivery drivers. There's all kinds of things out there, and it's just a great program. The nice thing with ACT, they have job placement for life.
Oh, really?
They do. It's one of the great things about partnering with them. They help you find a job when you get finished with the program.
Right.
2-3 years down the road, you decide you don't want to work for that company anymore, go back to ACT and call them up and say, I need to find somewhere else to work, and they'll help you find a job.
So they basically, not only do they train you, but they help you with finding, a new job.
They do.
And it's not just because a lot of these places that have job placement, they'll do that the first time. You know what I mean?
Right.
They'll find you a job after you complete it, but it's up to you. Well, you're on your own after that. If you decide you're not happy there, if you get fired, you're on your own.
Right. Yeah.
Go find another job.
Go find another job.
So that's really impressive right there. They stick with you throughout the program and then throughout your career after that. So that's neat right there.
They do. They have some great trainers. Don that does the training here in Big Spring, he's been a truck driver for a lot of years and knows the ins and outs. And so you have an experienced truck driver that's training you, and it's really nice.
That's really fantastic right there. And let's just talk in general a little bit about the workforce program that you head up there at Howard College. What kind of success rates do you have? Because, it's different than the traditional, going to college. This is just to help you place, a career. And it's I like the idea because it's not something that you're going to have to go and, go to English 3 times a week and take 3 or 4 math classes. Because a lot of folks, they're just wanting to maybe change careers. And this is a great way to do that without having, all the pressure and stress of having it. Well, man, I hadn't done math in 20 years. You know what I mean?
Sure. It is. Our program is a little different. We have several certificate level programs. Our most popular right now, of course, is welding.
Right.
Our welding classes are filled up every year. Spring registration's fixing to kick off in, I think, November 17th. And if you want to take a welding class, get in there as quick as you can because they're going to fill up.
Right.
We do have a lot of students that come into the welding program, and then they're able to go out to work. I know one student right now is working out at Ceramcoat. He's still going through our program. Ceramcoat's nice enough to work with him where he's able to still come back and finish up his certificates. Nice. And they are able to get out and go to work, and gives them that experience. And the nice part about our program, if you do want it to be an associate's degree, you can.
Right.
When we have students that do that, they'll start in as just, I just want a certificate. I want to go to work.
Yeah.
And they get started and decide, well, maybe I do need to go ahead and finish up my associates. And they can do that. They can take the math courses in English and science and get that done and walk away with an associate's degree, go out there and go to work. And that helps you move up.
Yeah.
If you have an associate's degree, your employer's going to look at you as somebody that's determined and
that's right.
ready to do what it takes to get the job done.
Well, and something that I'm noticing is because it's gotten to where a lot of folks do just join the little workforce programs like that to get a certificate. So a lot of these, I guess you would say, top tier oil companies, even out here in West Texas, that some of them are even requiring you to have an associate's degree because of the overflow of workers here to work. I mean, I've seen some, I won't mention any names or anything like that, but I've seen some of the bigger oil companies from, around the world, saying you have to have an associate's degree just to come to work here. And that's kind of different, for the oil field, but that just shows you the influx of people we've had come into work and how important training is.
It really is. And we're working with several of the drilling contractors out of Midland, Odessa, and Abilene, and here in Big Spring, Robertson Drilling being one of those.
Right.
They want some certificate level programs for rig workers.
Oh yeah.
Things like that, just things that we're looking at, and we're doing, of course, oil field safety there now. And,
right.
Looking at some of those areas to get that going, because it is going that direction. They want to see those folks that are putting in the time to get the training for what the job is.
Right. Now, we've talked a little bit about, I guess, individual specific programs, but do you guys do anything for businesses and companies out there? Like, because you mentioned the safety training and things like that.
We do. We have specific safety training for oil field. Any company that might have a need for training, even if you look on our website and we don't have it on there, give us a call. We might get something started.
Right.
We're very customizable. And so that's what we try to focus on. We work with several companies locally. The Police Academy out of Midland, they do some training over here with Big Spring PD and the Sheriff's Department, and that some of that comes through Howard College. Alon does a lot of training out there that goes through Howard College. We can customize and do it for whatever the industry need might be.
Yeah, and let's talk about that a little bit, because I know most of the time, because that's the hot topic, that's where it seems like most folks are working right now, is in the oil field. But that's not all you guys train for. It's not just welders and people that can use those skills in the oil field. You train for all kinds of jobs.
We do. One of our newest programs is green construction technology.
Okay.
Raul Marquez is instructor for that, our local councilman. And if you want to get into the building trades and construction field, come out and take some of those classes and get you the knowledge that you need to get out there and get started. That's the nice thing about our programs. We have a lot of students that come out of high school that they don't really have a lot of knowledge of building trades or welding or electrical, anything like that, but they want to. They have a want, just never been exposed to it.
Right.
And they come in, they're able to get a little bit of training so they can get out there in the workforce and really learn the rest of it.
Well, and it's competitive right now. There's some high paying jobs out there right now. And because there's so many folks trying to get into those jobs, employers can be a little picky. And so, if you have a degree or you have a certificate, you're going to move to the top of that list, because, that's not only is it giving you a piece of paper saying you're certified to do this, but you get a lot of experience in those programs as well, especially with your program. You get these guys a lot of experience before sending them out in the workforce.
Yeah, that's right. Almost all of our programs, all of our classes are mostly hands-on.
Right.
They don't just come in and look through a book. They're going to be in a lab doing real work. Our electrical classes, they run conduit, and they pull wire, they hook up electrical circuits. They do all of that.
That's amazing right there.
It really is. It's great.
Well, let's take a real quick break, and we'll be right back. We're talking with Chad Everett here for the workforce program there at Howard College. You're listening to Community Calendar on KBST, AM and FM.
When you combine juicy beef patties with enough jalapenos to power a rocket to Jupiter, you expect the price to be astronomical as well. Instead, you get one of the best values on Earth, and a new movement is born, Econom-Nom-Nomics, where impossibly good food and low prices can coexist in the universe. The Jalapeno Double. Try it now for just $2 on McDonald's Dollar Menu and more. It's Econom-Nom-Nomical. Nom, 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 nom. Prices and participation may vary.
If you miss the McRib, like the Mojave Desert misses a tropical storm, like a hockey player misses his front teeth, and like a guy with a mullet misses the 80s. Later, dude. Then we've got good news for you. The McRib is back at McDonald's with its epic sauciness.
You don't have to miss it any longer, because McRib is back. Grab one today and enjoy it even more with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Limited time only at participating McDonald's.
Napa Auto Parts is proud to support all area athletes and cheerleaders. Our youth will soon be the leaders of tomorrow, and Napa is already the leader in auto and truck parts. Napa, the oldest automotive parts store in Big Spring, features the most complete line of parts and name brand tools, including the hard-to-find ones. When you need automotive parts and accessories or expert advice, go to the place the mechanics go. Your local Napa Auto Parts dealer at the corner of 4th and Gregg Street.
And now, let's get back to Community Calendar on KBST.
Welcome back to Community Calendar here on KBST AM and FM. It is finally Friday, November 7th, 8:31 here at the KBS Studios. Gooney here with you, getting you on your way this morning. And I'm speaking with Mr. Chad Averett from Howard College, the workforce program over there at Howard College. And we've been talking about a lot of different topics, but I want to recap real quick because you have this pottery class that's coming up here soon.
We do. We have a Raccoon pottery class coming up November 22nd. It's from 1 to 6 on a Saturday. Get out and check out actually not a new way, an old ancient Japanese way of doing pottery.
Yeah, that's right. And it's only $35, right?
$35.
Sign up for that. And again, the phone number to call if you have any questions is 264-5131. Or like you said, you can just show up to the workforce office there that's right across from Memorial Stadium.
Yes.
And go on in there and they'll get you set up.
We can get you fixed up.
Awesome. And also that CDL class you have coming up here pretty soon as well, right?
We have one starting Monday. Come into the office today and we have a packet with all the registration forms to get with ACT and get signed up. That one starts Monday, November 10th. It's from 8 to 5, and it's a 4-week program. And then December 8th, we have another one starting up, the same 8 to 5. That's a Monday through Friday program. We can get you all the information you need to get signed up. They do have some financing options with that because it doesn't necessarily go through Howard College. It all goes through ACT. They have some financing options. If you have the post 9/11 funding or the Hazelwood Act, any of those with the military, they honor those.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
that's incredible right there. And that kind of segues into what I wanted to talk about next is funding, because with you being a college, I mean, you're able to do things like that. Is there any type of scholarships or anything like that, or are we able to stick with financial aid and things of that nature?
We do have financial aid. The Pell Grant applies. Any of the student loans or student financing that any other college student has that goes through our programs as well.
Nice.
We also have some specific scholarships. We have the Robertson Scholarship that we've given to students. I think we have 5 students this semester that are on the Robertson Scholarship.
How do students apply for that?
The Robertson Scholarship, they come to our office and fill out the paperwork directly with us.
There we go. Because that's important. There's so many scholarships that are available out there each year that don't get claimed. Just because they're tough to find sometimes, and students just aren't aware of them. Yeah. So that's real important to get that information out there early. So yeah, if you're looking for a scholarship and wanting to get in the workforce program, I mean that can happen. It's possible.
And the nice thing about the Robertson Scholarship, it is not just for academic students.
Right.
Any of our courses that we offer, we do it on CE level, continuing education level. It's not on the academic program. They can come in and apply for that scholarship with that as well.
Wow, that's incredible right there.
Yeah.
Now, it just not to get too specific to talk about prices. I know it's $35 for the pottery class and this and that, but I guess keeping more on the track of like your safety training that you guys do, that you can offer to some of the local businesses out here, because local businesses, especially in the oil field, you have turnover a lot of times, and those guys, when you have new guys come in, they have to be certified, have to be trained. It has to be done quickly, efficiently. And of course, the best way to do it is to be cost effective to the business, because there is turnover. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You guys offer these programs, H2S training, CPR training, stuff like that. And it's very, very competitive and basically a little bit cheaper than what you're going to spend at like a private safety institution.
Sure. One of the biggest one is the H2S training, hydrogen sulfide awareness. We offer that course for $25. That's pretty close to the market, what everybody's charging. CPR, we are a little bit cheaper. I think the average is about $65. Right now, we're charging $51 for the CPR course.
Wow. That's incredible right there.
It is.
And it's a great course. I've gone through that one twice there at Howard College, and it's fantastic.
We use the American Heart Association. It's hands-on. It's a good program.
And what I really liked was the AED training that you get there at the CPR training at Howard College, because you see these little AED monitors in places in those little boxes and stuff, but you never really think about, do I know how to use that if there was an emergency? And a lot of us in emergency, if we're not trained properly, we panic.
Exactly.
So something like that, having the training on that, and even though most AEDs these days, they'll talk you through what you need to do. But like I said, in an emergency situation, you might not even hear what's going on.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with it, those instructions are laid out right there for you. And if you haven't actually done it before in an emergency situation, it can kind of confuse you.
Yeah, and it's fantastic because you guys, you have hands-on training. You actually pull the machines out, you put them on the dummies and everything, set them up, show it how it works, back off. I mean, it's great training that you guys do there. I mean, I'm very impressed.
Same way with first aid, the first aid portion of it. It's all we actually do some bandaging and splints. Use the EpiPen. Yeah. You see that a lot. Someone getting the emergency situation, try to use an EpiPen, they push the button first, then stab it in the leg. Things like that. Something that simple. But in an emergency situation, it's not simple anymore.
That's right. No, it's fantastic stuff that you do there. And again, if anyone out there is wanting to get involved, if they're listening right now, if you guys are wanting to be a part of the pottery class, the CDL class, or just any workforce training in general, even if you have an idea of something that Howard College could implement, you guys are always open to suggestions, right?
We are. We know there's needs in the community, and we don't always know exactly what they are. If you have a need or a class that you want to see happen, give us a call. We'll see what we can do to get it put together. If there's a need out there, then that's what Howard College is about. We want to fulfill the community need.
There we go. And Chad, of course, I'll post the phone number there on our Facebook page with the picture from this morning. But again, 264-5131, or just show up to the office right there. It's the office kind of right there in between the baseball field at Howard College and the Memorial Stadium parking lot.
That's exactly right.
That little long building,
faces to the north, faces the parking lot.
There we go. Thanks for joining me this morning, Chad. We
glad to be here.
Appreciate everything you do for the community, because this isn't all you do, man. You're busy outside of work too, so that's very noticed. Everyone knows what you're doing in the community and the good that you do around here, and we all appreciate it.
Big Spring's a great community. I love doing everything I can for it.
That's right. Well, thanks a lot for joining me this morning, Chad.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, bud. You've been listening to Community Calendar here on KBST AM and FM. We're going to split things up on the mighty 1490 KBST AM. You got the Huckabee Report coming up, and right here on KBS 95.7, the best in country music on Gooney Overtime. We got Blake Shelton and Sheryl Crow coming up next.
You've been listening to the KBST Community Calendar on KBST AM and FM, on KBST.com, and on Cable Channel 2. If you'd like to have a community issue or event featured on Community Calendar, contact the KBST Programming Department at 267-6391 or email programming@kbst.com.
Today's best country, KBS 95.7.
Ever since you left me, I've been riding around, cranking up a little country gold heartbreak. Cried and dried these tears, I don't know how much more missing you I can take. I prayed for a sign. Now there it is in the window. It's about time, damn time. There's a neon light at the end of the tunnel. It ain't all that bright, but even though it's subtle, it's got me feeling alright. Gonna make it a double. There's a neon light at the end of the tunnel. I'll take a shot of I don't care what you're doing now. Chase that one with a cold screw you. When that's done, I just might wash it down with a big picture of someone new. That blonde at the bar. See if she wants to try and break my heart. There's a neon light at the end of the tunnel. It ain't all that bright, but even though it's subtle, it's got me feeling alright. Gonna make it a double. There's a neon light at the end of the tunnel. Well, when we were together, I thought life would suck forever, even though I knew better than the pain would never end. They say the night's darkest just before the dawn gets kissed by the daybreak. Got down on my knees and I prayed for a sign. Now there it is in the window. It's about time, damn time. There's a neon light at the end of the tunnel. It ain't all that bright, but even though it's subtle, it's got me feeling alright. Gonna make it a double. There's a neon light at the end of the tunnel.